What is up, everybody? We are back. Welcome in for another meeting of the Cross Country Compatriots. Soon to be something new. But who did the fart? What the? Okay, all right.
Probably Stuart.
Probably Stuart. It was definitely blame the cat. Really? That's just toxic. Welcome in, everybody. We appreciate you. Kieran coming in with the raid. Rogue with the subby. Everyone hanging out already. There's a whole bunch of you. We got Kieran. We got Peter. I mean, you're right here. I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for hanging out in chat. We got Polar Bear, Kayla. We got all the homies up in here. Rogue, Rye. How y'all doing today? That's nuts.
Nuts.
Oh, nuts. Fair enough. So, we got a couple announcements. There's some developments. I'm going to pre-hydrate here because it has been kind of a toasty day.
Newts.
Newts. So, in exciting news, I will be joining Insomnia Night RPG's little Fallout campaign on Sunday nights for the next few sessions here, probably like 1 or 2, possibly 3, depending how long it goes. I'm not really sure yet. They play at midnight my time, so 11 o'clock Eastern. If you want to catch it, I will be playing a guest NPC character for their campaign, and I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't really tried out the system yet, so I'm going to be learning it as I go. Should be a fun experience. I'm not going to spoil anything about my character because it's a secret, but I will tell you he is as lovable and as friendly as he is stupid, which is very, very much. So I'm really looking forward to that. We also still got Goblets and Warlocks campaign ongoing where I'm playing Sprocket. I believe our next game, if memory serves, is on the 16th. I could be wrong. I will keep you updated on that in the Discord and on the Twitters. Could be it. I believe that's it. 2 weeks from today. Or 2 weeks from Saturday. Anyway, in terms of games, nothing really new. I'm going to have a bit more free time in my schedule, being that I'm looking for other employment currently. So I'm going to be adding a Friday morning stream into the mix, I think, or like Friday afternoon. I'll figure out what time zone or what time slot I kind of want to do that in as we approach. It also kind of just depends on what time I wake up. So we'll see. If I'm being completely transparent with you, we like to be honest here. That's it for me. I don't know if any of you fellas got any announcements. Or just, we can admire the cat in the background licking its paws. That's just adorable. Let's just take a moment of silence for Stuart.
I made an announcement last time.
You did?
Okay, so
you got a really cool mug.
Right,
you know what? Sure, I'll make an announcement.
Okay.
I'm from a city of 1.6 million people to a city of 3,000 people.
That must...
Look at that fucking lavender. Look at that.
Let's look at the lavender walls are a vibe.
Change
Damn
is
it,
good.
D&D. Damn right, JTB. How you doing, homie? My stream deck's still fucking
I live
broken,
with Grandma
so
now.
Hell yeah, living with Grandma, dude.
Nana.
You're like the guy in Grandma's Boy now. Great stoner
And
comedy. Top
Fucking
tier stoner
rocking
comedy.
chair.
great movie.
It is literally
Yup.
one of Happy Madison's greatest films, and Adam Sandler ain't even in it. I will
fucking
die
love
on
it.
this hill. It's a great movie. Did I break it? What does high score mean? Like it's just
Also,
so,
I'm in a
it's
rocking
just so-
chair and y'all aren't, so be jealous.
Okay, we're rubbing it in. You be doing. Hell yeah, JT. I appreciate you swinging in, buddy. So, that's it for announcements and everything new going in with me. We got Fallout campaign. We got Avernus campaign going on. It's going to be a busy little bit coming up. I'm really looking forward to exploring some new stream stuff too and getting back to some world building. Because I've been saying I'm going to do it on stream, and every Saturday morning I wake up, look at my phone, and I roll back over and I go, nah, and I go to sleep. Because I'm a lazy bitch and don't know what to tell you.
You're sleepy. You work
I was
hard.
sleepy. I work hard. Not anymore, baby. 2 more weeks. Let's go. I'm so sorry. We're very excited today. So, without further ado, let's pick up where we left off. Last week, the party traveling by boat on the Current, a vessel owned by one Silvos Lightbreeze, a very druidic Triton, making his way over the oceans with his small but well-equipped merchant vessel, though the cannons woefully not present during this encounter as they're being repaired and tended to at the moment. As you guys made your way across Sorrow Bay, the endless expanse of the twinkling seas before you kind of began approaching what seemed like just a wall of fog. And as you guys rolled quite well on your perception checks, noticed that that wall of fog was being followed or just very, very closely preceded, in fact, by a weird swarm of merfolk-like creatures, but strangely corrupted and monstrous in their makeup. A fight ensued on the boat in which 2 of the crew members almost lost their lives. The individual in the crow's nest and one Goldtooth Garrick, the first mate of the ship. I believe the watcher was Filchris as well. However, was not the biggest emergency to occur last week, as 2 of our players were also dragged into the sea. Gregory fighting with some strange caster type of these merfolk, while Stanislav struggling not so much with an opponent as much as with his own belongings and armor, weighing him down, sinking round after round, getting further and further from the surface as the ocean around you grew darker. You began ferociously trying to cut through the straps on your armor, holding everything in place so you could get out of it a little faster, but were mostly unsuccessful to do so, or in doing so. However, when the ship broke the fog bank, having vanquished all your opponents, Mantuka, realizing Gregory had gone over, actually jumped in to save Stanislav, and then quickly diverted path as he was guided otherwise by Stanny, made his way to Gregory, and trying to pull him from his unconsciousness, attempted to make a medicine check and gave him the literal underwater Minotaur kiss of life. Was mostly unsuccessful, but seemingly... Oh. Get that bull tongue, Gregory. Damn, dude. Gregory managing to stabilize after that. And for the most part, that crisis being averted as Mantuka pulls Gregory to the surface after a little bit of struggle with the ocean. Stanislav, however, upon the captain seeing that the boat is mostly empty on the top deck, quickly wasted no time, jumping into the ocean and just taking a moment to shape the water around you and lift you to the surface in the current. You breach the surface as he kind of pulls you up, gets you onto the boat. You run over to Gregory and lean down as he is, I believe, still unconscious at the moment. I can't remember if you healed him at the end of last session or not.
No,
we were
that's,
getting
like, right
up
where
to
we
you
ended.
putting lay of hands on. Okay, you go do your thing, and we'll handle
Need to
this.
get my cat litter from Dad. I'll be right back.
You're good. Make sure to unplug your
He,
headset and don't pull your fucking laptop off the fucking desk. I've done it so many times.
He
So
skidded to his on his
Yeah,
knees to me, and he was like doing the
before-
classic like scoop up.
yeah, so before that's happening, as Stanny's making his way over Mantuka, you're pulling Gregory out of the water and onto the deck of the ship. He is soaking wet. So are you. You're coughing water out of your mouth. You too, giving up a fair amount of oxygen in the attempt to save Gregory's life. And you kind of just hold his limp but living body on the deck, while Goldtooth is kind of looking down. You see Stanny beginning to rush over to you. Is there anything you're doing in this moment before Stanny arrives?
There is only one thing that one could do in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Look to the sky,
Praise Mogus!
and then start doing chest thrusts on adolescent Gregory.
Okay, here, roll me. This is it. Okay, roll me a religion check for the prayer. Just first off,
Okay.
how powerful is this prayer? That will determine how hard the DC on your medicine check may
In
be.
the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Fuck.
You know, the Father, Son, and the Holy Cow. Okay, thank you. Focus is a
Not on
Minotaur.
my Christian Minecraft
Nine.
server.
You're not sure if you feel Mogus behind you, or if it's just sheer panic at the thought of losing a companion at this point. So you begin pumping on the chest. Roll me a medicine check, please. It's gonna be a high DC because it was not a great religion
Mogus,
check.
I know you're not listening, but hold my beer!
And then I'm gonna try to do some fucking. So what do you want me to roll for that? Sorry.
Medicine check.
Medicine. All right.
Yeah,
Here you go,
he is
adolescent
stable,
Gregory.
so he's not currently dying, but like there is still water in his lungs.
Yeah.
Oh!
You start pushing on his chest, and like you almost you start worrying you're probably gonna crack a rib or two if you continue putting the entirety of your massive weight onto this 16-year-old boy's chest.
I'm gonna snap
I am
that
going
tricky
to
fucking
continue
half.
to do this and stare up at Stan menacingly,
Oh no!
knowing that this will continue until he gets his ass over here.
Okay.
I'm helping
As you're
and
doing
he's
it,
not.
you're pumping on the chest. You hear above you the crack of thunder, and you look to see the sky begin to fill with dark clouds as a storm begins to just roll in off the ocean. Not. It's a 78. It was pretty high on the weather check. You can thank JTV for this one. The rain
JTV.
begins dropping in sheets. The wind, luckily, is not high enough to be catastrophic levels, but the ship begins to lurch on the rougher seas as the rain just falls in sheets on the deck while you're trying to force the life back into Gregory, quite literally using all of your muscle. Nothing's happening. You see the captain kind of making his way over to the body of Goldtooth, who has just been awoken by Stanislav on his way past. And it seems like you're just fighting against time. Gregory
Yo, I think
is
he's
still
dead.
Roll me an intelligence check. Or another medicine, I'd say, which is essentially intelligence based anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Medicine is +1.
Plus one.
Hey.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
60. Okay.
60.
He is not dead. You feel like there's enough air in his lungs that he's like functionally still alive. He is breathing ever so slightly, but it is faint. You at this point, you know he's alive. Your medicine checks have done furthered his awakening. If anything, like he was
Sorry about that,
already
boys.
alive when you were
Okay.
starting chest compressions. Like he very
I will try-
actively had a heartbeat.
I will try one more breath of life before Stanny gets there.
Roll me one more medicine check with advantage.
Oh, we've been doing fun.
We've
with
been-
it.
Don't you worry about it.
with advantage, yeah. Thank you for the follow,
Oh,
Goblin
shit.
Tuesday.
Oh,
A
that was
natural.
a nat 20.
Okay. So Stanny, as you're going over, preparing
Well
to
done.
lay hands on Gregory and heal him back to life, you see Mantuka once again, after compressing Gregory's chest, lean down and press his furry cow lips onto Gregory's face, which are so large, like it literally covers like nose to chin, basically at this point. And
Can I roll like an intelligence check, like just to try and get the best mental snapshot of this, so that I can. describe it to the
100%,
artist
100%.
later?
Yes. Yeah, you want to commit this to memory? I will allow wisdom or intelligence. Your choice.
Okay,
Uh,
I'll use wisdom.
Your
I will
choice.
let this live rent free in your head forever, Stanny.
13's good enough. Yeah,
15?
yeah.
I'd
You feel
to
like you could
describe this
act.
to an artist at
If
some
we were
point.
to track
Yeah,
down an
literally.
artist and get art done of this, I feel like you could describe it accurately. However, Gregory, you are awoken from stupor as you just look up and see the face of Mantuka pressed against yours, staring down at you with like a determination in his eyes you've really only seen when he's murdering people. And you plunge, you cough up what water is left in your lungs into Mantuka's face a little bit. And Mantuka, you back off as you feel Gregory kind of beginning to come to.
Hell is
Really?
brown and fuzzy.
What's the last thing Mantuka ate? Just out of curiosity.
Probably.
What am I chasing right
honestly,
now?
it's a boat. Seafood. It's all seafood stew. That's what you're getting. You're getting seafood stew. It's garlicky. It is a little bit of
Yeah.
citrus in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Chowder.
fishy. Yeah, it's
Sushi!
yeah.
God.
So, Chris, you weren't here for this. JT rolled a weather check, and as you're running across the deck towards this, you see Mantuka giving this kiss of life. The romance of the moment is only enhanced by the pouring rain coming down onto the deck, drenching everyone in the vicinity. JT rolled a thunderstorm. As you make
Alexa,
your way
play
over,
Rain
you see,
on Me.
you see a crack of lightning across the sky, kind of light the two figures up as Gregory awakens from his drowning moment.
This is amazing.
Bet you didn't think you were gonna RP that one, do ya?
You
Nope.
can't see it because of the rain,
Nope.
but
No, I
there's
didn't.
just like a couple of tears of like beautiful joy coming down Stanislav's face.
Yeah. Mantuka, you just
I missed.
holding Gregory in the rain on the deck of the ship that's now beginning to rock a little more violently. The storms, like, you at this point, the captain comes over holding Goldtooth up, who I do believe you healed at the end of last session.
For
On
20
your way
points,
over.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Kind of like has the Goldtooth's arm over his shoulder. Silvos comes over. I am going to put my first mate to rest. He, well, he's not the cat he used to be. We need to get somewhere safe. Prepare the ship. I trust you know what to do by now. And he leads him downstairs. I'll be back in a minute. And you see the sails just like flapping uselessly in the wind. They're not like turned to catch it at all, and the boat is beginning to rock. You see the waves beginning to grow higher. What are you doing?
I believe I also put a first level healing word into the other dude who was.
You did, yeah.
Conscious
You
by the
you
cannon.
healed the watchman
Yeah.
by the cannon. Actually,
Yeah.
he's still down there. He is alive,
Um,
but like he's all fucked up. Like even with the heal, he fell 40 feet onto a steel cannon. The man's not looking. Oh, there is no cannon there. Never mind. Still hurts onto the deck. I keep forgetting because I'm not gonna make 2 maps. Fuck that. It's too much effort.
Yeah.
What do we roll for
so
lightning
I'm
strike?
gonna-
Another D100, JT.
I'm gonna dump 25 points of lay on hands into Gregory.
Hey, Gregory. You get 25 HP restored. As Stanislav
I cup your face, and there's a golden glow, and you get a bunch
And
of
there's
healing.
still my drool on it.
Yeah, there's like a strip, like just like a little stream of drool kind of hanging from Gregory's nose onto his lip.
Stan kind of
I-
cups my face. I just like look up at him, and there's a moment of beautifulness, and then I just kind of like spit up a little salt water on. Sorry.
I like go and like pat him on the shoulder with the hand he just spat on me with subtly. Not so subtly.
About 60 meters or so off the starboard side of the ship, you see just a fork of lightning crack down and like connect into the ocean briefly. Wasn't close enough to worry you, but you are now sailing in the middle of a storm. What are you doing? The captain has given you an order: prepare the ship, make ready the ship. What are you doing? Again, the sails are flapping uselessly. There's cargo kind of rolling around the decks and sliding around that has been unsecured or hasn't been secured yet. What are you doing to help get the ship underway? We're going to consider
I'm
this
running the sails and start grabbing some of the wayward lines and just start. Like I've been a Minotaur, so I've been. That's how we get around ships. So I'm fairly well versed. So I'm just start doing the big bowl stuff.
Okay. This is a group skill check, so it's basically like if you succeed 2, you succeed. If you fail 2, you fail. So, Peter, go ahead and roll me an athletics check to get these sails working. You're kind of in the middle of the wind, pulling against them, trying to get them turned, trying to get them just tightened up enough to catch the wind. You're good, JT. You didn't hit the boat.
Oh my god, 16.
16 is a struggle. You just beat it. It was a 15 DC. It takes a while. You start getting the handle on the rope. They pull through your hands a couple times, giving you rope burns, but you maintain your grip. Get it fastened. The sail catches the wind. You feel the boat start to lurch forward as it does so. That is
Too
a
much
success.
kissing, not enough killing.
That is a success. Stanny and Gregory, what are you doing to help?
So after he's done that, is the ship just going in a circle?
No,
Turning at all,
not,
or is it going
not at the moment.
straight?
It seems like it's kind of going at a sideways angle as the wind is catching it, and it's like kind of adjusting as it goes. It's not turning. It seems like the captain has at least secured the wheel. And as you kind of look over, you see that the wheel has been legitimately tied and hooked down to a hook on the
Cool.
the
I'm
deck
gonna
of the
go.
ship.
I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna grab some loose line and start lashing them around the loose cargo, trying to secure it.
Okay, dexterity check, please, and
Ew.
thank you. Or acrobatics, your choice, but I would say just dex probably. You're just trying to run on the ship that's actively like bucking and moving all over the place, trying to grab the ropes, get all this stuff fastened down, hold it in place, and maintain it while you do so. How we looking?
Can I use acrobatics?
Sure. Go ahead. Yeah, trying to like dive over cargo as it's whipping its way towards you. Oof. Okay. Gregory.
I'm going to use my advantage on that one.
Smart boy.
Okay. You do
Yeah,
normally have to
23.
declare those before the roll if you're going to use advantage. It's not like a luck point, but we'll let it slide this time.
Okay.
Gregory, before we get
You
to
also
the
didn't say
results of
what
that,
happened, so.
That's why I was passing it on to Gregory, because this is happening simultaneously. I'm not going to tell you the
Oh.
failures. See, Gregory, what do you do?
Okay.
Gregory's
I
gonna
get you,
go.
DM. I get you.
I get you. Gregory's gonna go ahead and kind of like pull himself up, and he's gonna feel like cracked in the back, and it's just like different body. Slaps on the mask and turns into a giant monkey. Cause he kind of first thing he perceived when he woke up is he saw like a couple of broken ropes going up to the crow's nest, and then on the floor just a bunch of blood. It's like, okay, replacement. And so he's gonna monkey form up to the crow's nest.
Okay. All right. I mean,
King of the jungle.
Surely you have a climbing speed, right?
yeah,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
figuring as a monkey, it's just trying to, you as a giant monkey, do this on a mast that is currently rocking back and forth as the ship is just being tilted. So roll me a just dexterity saving throw, please. As you're climbing it, you're trying to, or strength actually, probably strength saving throw. You're trying to like hold
Better.
on and maintain your grip. I'm sorry, yeah. 21.
DM, is he
Okay.
within 10 feet of me?
You'd probably
Your
be
call, and
up.
if he
You'd
gets
be
the
up
plus
at like
4
while
from
you're
my
doing the
aura.
cargo. You'd probably be up at the front of the. I'd say he's close enough. Doesn't matter
Okay,
with
so
the
you get a
21.
+4 to that
So the
save.
15 would have been a fail. That's why I was going to pass it on to Gregory to see if he'd succeed before I describe everything that's happened. But collectively, the three of you all succeeded, standing with your advantage. You get the cargo secured. It is no longer moving around the deck as you're trying to get the ship moving. You see Gregory turn into a giant monkey, run and jump, and just begin scaling his way up the mast to the top and just sit his giant monkey ass in the crow's nest. Roll me a perception check while you're up there, Gregory, to look for any dangers or any potential issues coming up.
This time, the form sort of takes form, but the bone mask shaping into the form of a giant monkey skeleton first, and then the rain forms into the flesh.
Oh, gnarly. I love it. Mantuka, you get the sails set. As you make it to the top of the crow's nest, Monkey Gregory, you feel the sails catch the wind as Mantuka finishes his job, and you kind of lurch. You have to hold on as you're doing so. At 21, it's hard to see in the middle of the storm. It is dark now. The rain is coming down in sheets. It's hard to see at a great distance, but with a 21, you do see that the path is clear. There's no kind of obstructions, no cliffs anywhere nearby that you need to worry about. And you do not see any further threats coming from below the ocean or anything like that.
Good job,
the lightning,
Definitely what I'm looking for.
Yeah, the lightning crackling overhead, lightning up the sky is a little bit of a concern as you sit in the crow's nest, the highest point on this ship, a giant, just a giant monkey lightning rod, basically.
I duck down thinking it'll help.
Yep, fair enough.
DM, if you got struck by lightning, what level of lightning bolt would you count it as?
I would probably just go lightning bolt spell, I'd imagine.
It's
At
just like minimal
eighth
level.
At like we'd juice it up a little, but I would decide. There would be
like
some
a fifth
rolls.
or sixth level,
There would be some rolls. There would also be like how badly you roll dodging it would increase or decrease the damage and stuff. Like
dodge lightning.
what? It's D&D. You can do whatever the fuck I say you can do.
My name's Lightning McQueen. I got that name by dodging
I'm like,
lightning.
oh, you get struck by lightning. Roll a dex save. You're like, nah, I don't think I wanna. I'm just gonna stand here and take it.
Ooh, you've been struck by lightning.
Yeah, exactly. No, not a vibe. Not really it. Gregory.
Sorry for the tangent.
The way is clear. All you hear coming. Oh, you're good. That is absolutely actually like it's a reasonable question to ask. Like, yeah, you're totally reasonable. It's within D&D. It's not even really a tangent. So Monkey Gregory, you kind of watch as the lightning cracks around and sink your way down into the crow's nest. You see Silvos appear from below, close the door behind him. A couple of the other quote-unquote red shirts we have on board come over to start handling some of the other duties. Red shirts. They're all wearing these red leather armor. I don't know why.
I'll point a couple of them out towards busted ass McGee over on the ground over there and get them to bring him below.
Yeah, they bring him down to the doctor as well. Silvos takes the wheel, slides the rope off of it, and like you immediately feel the ship lurch as the wheel begins to turn. You see Silvos have to brace himself on the deck. You think somebody could help me with this? And you see him struggling against the strength of the storm. Okay. It's a pretty big wheel. You gather like one man could handle it reasonably well, but in the storm, trying to keep the ship on course is a struggle. So,
I'm gonna give him a pat on the shoulder and say, "We got this." As I cast guidance on him. And
you better hope so. Otherwise, we'll be going down with those merfolk very quickly. Now I'm just. Do I want him to roll, or do I want you both to roll?
I'm actually quite resilient against these fucking merfolk.
It's up to you. I've cast guidance on him. I can have that just be what happens, or I can help him, or I can roll. It's totally up to you.
Well, at this point, roll me a, let's just say, a basic athletics, because you're trying to resist the strength of the storm as it's steering the ship, and you're trying to maintain the course and steer this wheel against the... Damn! Silvos rolls like shit, and you rolled really good. So you see him start to buckle as the wheel wants to turn towards him, and it's kind of pushing down on his weight. With one hand, you just grab it and pull it back towards you, and you see him kind of like easing off and making his way towards JTB's rolling for lightning strikes. I fucking love it.
It looks like my biceps have biceps at this point.
It's above a 75%. So as you're holding the thing, you see as the sky just erupts with light as a streak of lightning crackles down and hits right into the bow of your ship. Go ahead and someone in the party, let's just go with a D4. If it's a 4, it's going to start a fire.
Peter. Nope, too late.
It's too late now. You gotta do
You
it.
want me to roll a d4?
Yep, roll a d4. If it's a 4, it's gonna start a fire right there.
Sweet. No worries. I'll roll a d4 for everyone. This
It
is
would be a
roll.
higher chance, but it's also wet, so.
Bam! Here you go. How about 1?
Okay, we're good. So you see the lightning stripe and a little spark start to form and a little flame, and then immediately fizzled out. But there's like this kind of impact scar on the bow of the ship now, where you see where the lightning hit, and then all these little cracks kind of come off of it where it burned into the wood grain. Silvos is like, we're going to have to buff that out. And he's just steering the ship now. Stanny, you're holding it with just one hand, maintaining the course of the boat. JTB in here fucking rolling lightning strikes.
Smelly, buff that out!
Okay, boss! You see Smelly go over, and as the ship hits a rather large wave, I need you to roll me a dexterity save for Smelly, please. As he's trying to move from place to place. Everyone else is secured. He's trying to now move.
Dexterity saving throw for Smelly?
As,
Is
like,
he getting like?
Yeah, like the
leveraged up
ship hits a wave, and as he's stepping, he's like, he has to try to catch himself on the way down.
He's gonna get thrown into the ocean.
He is by the center of the boat, so this is okay. It's 14 is good. A 14 is fine. He succeeds. So you see him kind of get launched in the air and then land back down on his ass a little bit, slide forward, and make his way. And you see him go over to where the lightning strikes, just start patting it out to make sure there's no like excess ashes or any burning happening there. And he's like, I don't think I can bust this out, boss. That sound.
You're
I
on
think I
the
can do
right
that.
track to earning yourself a real name. Keep it up, buddy. Don't die.
You see him just rip a piece off his shirt, spit
Don't
on it, and
die.
start scrubbing the deck where the burn mark was. He wants his name. He wants his name back. He doesn't want to be fucking called Smelly anymore, dude.
Parkour.
So
That was badass.
Yeah, it was.
the storm is still ongoing. I need one more check from everyone. Mantuka, athletics just to hold the ropes and maintain the tight sail. Stanny, athletics from you to help maintain the course of the ship while holding the wheel. And then Ryan, what are you doing to assist at this point?
I
You're
would probably
keeping watch
after-
at the moment.
Yeah, keeping a good watch, trying my best, mostly at the water. I'd say I'd look for stuff coming up, but mostly I'm looking for more of the merfolk.
Yeah, roll me another perception check, please. 14, oof, 18. Ooh.
I rolled a
18's for
17
me,
because I guided.
Smelly's 14.
You rolled a 17 because you guidance me? Okay, that's
Yep.
very lucky for you.
I got scared by the lightning.
You did.
And the thunder, lightning, and
No,
thunder.
I'm kicking.
Sorry.
I'm kicking Chris from the call right now. What's happening?
We're gonna get copy striked.
We're imagining the wrong kind of dragons. If that's not Imagine Dragons, I'm sorry, but I feel like it is. Like,
Sounds like it.
fuck, it could be. I don't know. Anyway, so together the two of you succeed. Gregory, not so much. Mantuka, your iron hooves dig into the wood of the ship as you continue your haul on the ropes, just maintaining the tautness of the sail. You wrap it around, hold it tight as you're doing so. As a few other crew members are struggling to help you. Stanny, you're holding the wheel fairly steady. It starts to give, and you give yourself a little extra boost with your magic, and the ship continues itself. However, Gregory, with a 9, you unfortunately do not see as the ship is approaching the shore a little bit, and you're kind of coming up to the rocky crags along the southern end of Redwatch, and you see a little too late as there's a particularly large rock kind of just jutting out of one of the shallow parts of the sea. You rolled a 9. Party doesn't.
Ook.
Yeah, party. And you also are a monkey. You also are a monkey and have no way of verbally communicating that there is a
Well, this
hazard.
can get pretty loud.
So you, yeah, okay. You hear from the crew just a bunch of very panicked monkey noises. You feel the side of the ship just scraping along this rock.
I let go of the wheel at that point because I know it probably is a bad idea to keep going
As you
straight.
let go of the wheel, the ship begins to just turn as you feel the rock kind of just digging into the side of it. Let's go.
You are the worst goddamn ship hands ever.
But the best monkey you've ever seen.
Shut
is
up,
the
you
second time I've been
don't
on a
talk,
ship.
monkey. It shows. I told you to take your fucking armor off.
I
I have so many more questions than answers right
The
now.
hostility. Okay, so the hall luckily has a pretty big set of fucking hit points. However,
That's good.
you begin hearing panicked voices from down below. As the scraping stops, you feel yourself kind of drift off the rock. You hear the captain from down below, Monkey Gregory. You couldn't have warned us about that! Fuck. Get down! Look, fix them now! If there's any holes, they must be repaired. And he's trying to steer away from the shore now. He's just spinning the wheel dramatically. Yeah, you're down below. You begin to hear panicked voices. It does appear that a fairly sizable hole has been put into the size of your boat, and water is currently coming inside.
Captain, do you want me to? Do you still need help, or shall I go and help down there?
Stay
I'm
here.
gonna run downstairs.
Stay here. I need your strength. You, bullman. You think you can handle it?
Why don't we die? So let's fucking do it.
You make a good point. And he's just
Don't
at
send the
this point.
fucking gorilla downstairs.
Don't send the one person with mending. Got it. The gorilla's just freaking out in the crow's nest, hitting. Oh my god, JT.
I just said gorilla. I didn't say
Oh no.
Gregory.
Oh,
You didn't say Gregory.
Another bolt of lightning cracks from the sky. Gregory, need you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
JTB, like,
Okay.
fuck off. Smeller's gonna
That's
die.
important. Listen, JTB, we gave you a gun and you were simply just firing it at the monkey.
Well, he's an American. What do you expect? That's historically what they do. They shoot the monkey in the zoo.
babe.
Rip Harambe.
Great babe. No.
Oh
They're
yeah.
trying to take me.
I
out
worked a
like
Harambe joke in there. All right.
Take
Great
me out
babe
like a
gonna
Monday.
die.
Too soon? It's never too soon for Harambe. It's a natural one. So, you unfortunately
Harambe
are
gonna
too late
die.
as you see the sky above you immediately light up and a crackle of lightning. A bolt comes straight towards you. You're gonna take some lightning damage here.
Hey, we're gonna answer my question earlier.
You just
How
see
severe is this bolt of lightning?
complete silence. It's almost like the rain stops, and I just look up as a monkey and I say, "Ooh-goo-ka-choo."
Okay, go ahead and roll me. A d6. Roll me a d6, Gregory.
Okay, okie doke. I
If
can
it's
do
below a
that.
3,
How many
roll it
extra
again.
levels?
No, this is
you're
what
gonna add to the
this is
spell?
what level it's being cast at. If it's below 3, roll again.
Did that go through?
It did not. What was it?
It did. It was a 3.
Okay, so you're taking the base, which
Okay.
is still
You're so lucky.
8d6 of damage. Rolled so badly. I didn't roll a... Oh my god. You take 21 points of lightning damage.
Oh.
As you are struck by lightning in the top of the crow's nest. Your body goes rigid. You feel it coursing through your body. Your fur stands immediately on end like you just touched a static ball at a carnival. I need you to roll me another dex save, please.
Well, I'll be rolling this
Or
dex save
I
as a
will
monkey.
I will
Or as
allow
a
it.
person.
Oh, fair enough. I will allow strength save or a dex save because you're trying to stop yourself from falling out of the crow's nest.
Yeah, y'all just see like the whole skeleton of the monkey just, and then as soon as it stops, the skeleton's all that's there, and Greg just is kind of like in the middle of the skeleton that's falling
out.
and crumbling.
Oh god.
Does he fall or do I grab?
I'm sorry to tell you. Yeah, what's up, Chris?
That's okay.
Am I witnessing this?
Yeah.
See-
Oh, yeah. You
Okay.
see this, like, the sky light up.
Yeah.
You see Gregory's ape form go rigid as he gets struck by lightning. The smoke coming off of his fur. You could probably smell the burning fur from here at this point.
And then I'm guessing I see him.
Starting to fall. Like, you see him turn
I
into
rumble
Gregory,
through
and
the
he's
skeleton.
starting to fall, and he does tumble over the edge of the crow's nest and
Immediately.
begins tumbling towards the deck. That was a series of very bad rolls. I'm sorry, Gregory.
Hey,
I immediately let go
Yeah.
of the wheel and run to try and catch him.
Stanislav.
Silvos like has to take the wheel a little harder. I'm just going to strength thrust
Best
proficiency.
buds forever.
I'm just gonna roll it straight to tiny because I gotta do math here. Doot. Oh, he's good. Silvos now is kind of familiar with it. The storm is starting to loosen up a little. It's still pretty nasty, but he's a little closer to shore. He's trying to like veer it away at this point, just steer into open ocean so he doesn't crash. It seems like he's doing okay. Gregory is just falling. It's about a 40-foot drop. We're gonna try to.
I'm gonna either
catch-
try and catch him or just have him fucking land on me. I don't care. I'm gonna try and catch him, but either way, I'll be underneath him. That.
Oh, those options are horrible.
You catch him. Your arms of steel tear him into 3 equal pieces. No.
3 times the Gregory.
I want to say dex save to try and catch him in time. Yep. This is a timing issue. You're trying to get from the wheel to the side. Okay, 20. That's nice. Beautiful.
Oh,
Gregory falls. As you
boy.
rush forward, you jump, catch him, and kind of turn, slide across the deck on your back. That hurts. As like a half dozen splinters just dig their way into your bag. It's not
how much damage do I take?
it's not a lot. You're getting a single d6 of splinter damage. You get 2 splinters that are deep enough to cause any physical damage. But Gregory,
And I'm winded as fuck.
yeah, Gregory is, however, safe. You do with a 21, you manage to absorb the impact, and Gregory, you're left for the second time today, laying in one of your companions' arms in this pouring rainstorm, as you kind of like stare up at the crow's nest that you just fell out of and look to the hard deck. And Stanny's like,
I kind of like push you off of me a little bit gently. Regaining my breath, sit up a little bit.
I'm not. I am very, very sorry about that. I think
Maybe don't go up there in the lightning storm.
Yeah, I mean, that should have been the first thing I thought, but the only time I was very there's a hole in the boat. I start going downstairs.
yeah, good idea. I'm gonna
okay.
get back up and go back.
Wait,
over to
Ruben,
the
are you okay?
Okay, yeah, so you go over and help
Fine.
Sobos. We're gonna leave you for now as Gregory, or as Mantuka makes his way downstairs, and Gregory follows not long after. So, that's just the, oops, wrong map. 1 second. That is just the
I'm actually
nighttime
quite
version.
sketched out going near the water when actively the boat is getting fucked by lightning. Just to put that out there.
Yep,
Super leery about this.
yep,
So,
yep. So,
So JTB,
No,
just
you'll be fine.
fuck up.
just fuck off with the lightning, dude.
He's reloading his lightning gun.
Very,
Probably.
very simple here. There is a hole in the boat.
I'm a charging my lasers.
It's not so much a hole. It's more a scratch, and you can see some of the planks have come loose along that red line that I put there. So there's a couple holes, but they're minor. The water's beginning to come in. There's only about half an inch or so starting to pool in the lowest section of the deck here. It's fairly flat, but there's a slight kind of like, it looks like it's just kind of weathered a bit, and there's a little bit of a dip where people have walked more often than not. And you do see the water beginning to pool under there. The hole is substantial. If you don't deal with it, the boat will eventually fill with water, but it's going slow enough now that you can probably deal with it ahead of time. So what do you want to do?
We'll immediately go towards that hole and see how it can be mended, because like you said, it's an issue and it can get worse, right? So we need to deal with that right away, because we're still getting fucking thunderfucked by a storm.
You're familiar with boats, you said, right? You made
Yes.
medallion on your boat. Okay, so I'm gonna say you can make a survival check for me if you want.
Okay.
If you prefer that over intelligence. I'm guessing wisdom
Oh,
is a
yeah,
little more
fuck
preferred
yeah.
for you.
Yeah, actually, what the fuck? It's alright.
You're good.
Side-eye?
Yes,
Side-eye.
there we go. I get advantage because I'm a Minotaur.
Hit 100%.
Yeah.
You make your way over, and you quickly just sizing up the damage to your boat. And this is like based on your time traveling. You know the best you can do while like actively at sea, and the water level is repeatedly going over this hole, is probably block it with something and hold it there until someone can either mend it or get in there with planks and nails and fix it. But it's quite difficult to fix a ship that's moving in stormy seas. But it's doable. You gather the best way forward for now is probably find a way to just block the hole as best you can.
So I'm gonna block it. I'm gonna yell out because I don't know what the fuck is going on up there with all that ape shit. I'm gonna yell out for Adolescent Gregory. Adolescent Gregory.
Yeah. So what are you using to block the hole? It's big enough you can't do it with your hands. You're gonna have to find something. Fabric or
well,
something
I'd like to look
around.
around for like a piece of plank or something sizable that I can cover as much of the hole as possible.
Okay.
That you'll allow. Like,
Uh,
is there a table or?
yeah, no, literally right to your right. You're like, God, I wish I had this plank. And you look over and
Yeah.
there's like a table made of
Oh my
perfectly
God.
sized,
Yeah.
very conveniently placed planks right next to you.
Nice.
That was not my intent when I put the table there, but I guess it worked out in the.
I
I was just
Device.
making sure that was the representation that you wanted.
Yeah, so go at. Yeah, no, this is exact representation of the ship. So go ahead and roll me just a strength check to try to break that piece off the table.
Oh, are we bringing back planking?
100%. Okay, you can leave now.
We bringing it back. Get been back.
17.
Never
wasn't
left.
the best, but
17.
Correct.
You're like holding it there, and every time the ship hits a wave, you see just water kind of bursting through the gaps where you're not managing to hold it completely tight. But a 17 is pretty good, and you've managed to staunch the flow of water. Provided the ship doesn't hit anything else, you'll probably be okay.
but as long as I sit here and hold it.
Yeah, basically that's
Oh.
what you're dealing with right now. I would say
I
about
was a Gregory. I need attack weld.
about like maybe 13, 14 seconds into you getting this process started, you hear on the deck above you the sound of Stanislav going, Gregory! And then just the thump of someone hitting the deck hard above you.
And then a muffled.
And then a few seconds later, Gregory rushes down the stairs and in with you. You find Mantuka just arms held against this plank on the wall, kind of grabbing whatever fabrics he can stuff in the holes, trying to stop any flow of water from making its way in here. What are you doing?
Okay, please. Breathe. Process. What do we do first? Plug the hole. All right. I'm gonna go right up to the hole, crack off a piece of the bone mask, and just push it through the water and cast Conjure Animals at 5th level. And I'd like to cast conjure 4 giant octopuses to band-aid onto the side of the boat.
Allow it. Yeah. Roll for octopus band-aid.
Octopusy!
Okay, do you have the sheet for an octopus? Okay. So
Hell yeah.
This is gonna be, we can collectively strength check them all 4, or you can roll 4 strength checks. And this is just to hold on to the side of the boat as it is going through stormy seas as we are using
I know he's rolling strength checks, but these are suck checks.
Roll for suck. Thank you for the follow,
Sure,
Kevin. I
it's baseball
appreciate
one. She's changed from suck to blow.
it.
Oh no!
That's amazing. So 5. Okay, so 3 of them do pretty good. As you're kind of watching through the gap, you see as they just attach their tentacles to the side and begin sealing up this hole. And then the last one, you see it like, and then all of a sudden just as it's whipped away by the current and does not manage to get any suction, it just vanishes. It's still out. It's still
That's
out there
some Looney
somewhere.
Tunes shit right
Yeah,
there.
like,
That's fucking hilarious.
Just right out
It
of
like
frame.
poofs into stardust whenever it like hits a rock. Just
Actually, I'm gonna say roll me a dex save because it gets pulled along the bottom of the ship, which is all barnacled. You're basically keel hauling an octopus right now. Sorry.
Dex.
Yeah, there's in pulling currents as you drive the ship by.
Oh god.
no.
What's the health on the giant octopus out of curiosity?
Pretty good. 52.
You
Right?
can summon 4 of those fucking
I
things.
know. Their challenge
Okay,
rating 1. Isn't that wild?
2d10 of keel haul damage. Takes 14 points of slashing damage as it's just dragged along the current along the bottom of the boat, and it pops out the back end and is
The
just kind
rudder
of
cuts
left
one of its
struggling.
tentacles off, probably.
Yeah, you did give it a command though, so it quickly begins trying to catch up to the boat and swim back over to it. For now, as far as you can tell, you've got the hole mostly plugged. There's no longer water coming. There's a couple spots where it's getting through, but between Mantuka and your octopus band-aid, that's the weirdest shit I've ever fucking seen a player do, 100%. But I love it.
Leave it to me.
No, octopus band-aid. I love it. There is still actively a hole in the ship, and you don't know how long the octopi can hold on for, but
About an hour. Or that's right. About an hour. Greg wouldn't really know.
That's
He'd be
if-
like a little while.
if their strength holds up, yep.
Oh, that's the other thing too. I'm gonna go while that's holding now. I just kind of. Okay, I'm gonna try, and me and the mending mouse are gonna try and fix what's here. I'm gonna start collecting planks that look like they belong there, because it has to be the original. Like I can
Yep. Yeah. No, like
recreate
you
what
can
used
see
to
the
be.
planks on the ground that got broken in when the rocks hit.
And then Mantuka, if there's anything I can't fix, maybe we can use just new boards, and we'll try and find some nails or something. I don't. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Oh, okay. Start
I
collecting
feel
up the
like I
boards.
fixed enough in this group and out of this group. You're up. Make good choices.
Okay, I'll make you proud, Papa Mantuka.
When you
Can I
call me
ever-
Big Papa.
No, dude, no. Okay. Love it when they call me Big Tuka. Anyway, we're moving on.
Little Tuka!
Little Tuka. I don't want to be here anymore. All right. So,
I
you're
might
mending mouse. Let's just roll an Arcana check to see how quick this process is. You can mend it. It's in the text of the spell. This is just to see how quickly mending mouse can achieve a dim natural.
Hit him with a little 2
in almost like a
how to fix this
cartoonish
shit.
fashion, Mantuka, as you're trying to hold the planks in place for Gregory. The mouse like you just hear a series of as it squeaks around, and a matter of about 10 seconds flat, the mending mouse has just hammered and nailed the entire ship back together. That was a natural tone. Very good. He's so
Good
cute.
job, Mr. Mouse!
Yeah,
Good job!
Mending mouse
You
handled
never
it.
disappoint.
This one comes out all buff though.
He's been hitting the gym.
And he goes back into the toy box after a self-satisfied little squeaky.
I'm very
The
proud of
hole
you.
in the ship is mostly fixed. Stanny, we come back to you on the deck. You and Silvos now are fighting with the storm as it is raging around you. I need you to make me one more check. This is the last one to see how we do.
Okay.
Silvos is going to make one with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna guidance him then.
Okay, it's the D20 plus
We're rolling athletics.
4. He's rolling his vehicles.
Okay,
He
but
has
I'm
water
rolling
vehicles.
athletics.
I'm having you roll athletic because you're literally just basically pure muscle. Why did I roll a
21.
D12? That was the wrong button. I clicked the wrong. Okay, so he's good with the.
You rolled a
19.
natural 12 though.
I did roll a natural 12. So he's steering and he looks like there's more rocks ahead. He steers further out into the open ocean, then brings it back. And as you still feel the storm raging around you, he looks up kind of along the starboard side of the ship. You hear him breathe, sigh of relief. Looks like we have made it. Red Watch. And he begins steering the ship back towards it, and you see Red Watch is kind of built on this. It's not necessarily sheltered from the storm. It is in the inner parts of the bay a little more, and it kind of has this little inlet, and you see these flat kind of mud flats leading out, and it's this bright red orangish sand, which is where the town got its name. And the boat begins to list in. The storm is kind of lessened around here in between the cliffs on either side of it. That's a little bit of a safe haven, not the best.
I don't think I would know to go raise one of the sails unless he told me to. I'm just gonna keep at the wheel.
Prepare for dock. Raise the sails. Lower the anchor. We've made it. You see him just
in that order.
open his flask and quite literally just take a swig of whatever might happen to be in it.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go
I'm very
start
thirsty.
raising the sails.
Okay, you go over just basic
Attempting
athletics
to,
to get
yeah.
that done. Yeah, very simple. Now
Back
that's
to the guidance.
good job on the lightning, JT. Thanks for looking out.
Yeah, it doesn't
Jesus.
matter.
You can
That's
roll
a spicy meatball.
low, my dude. This one's a little easier. You start getting start pulling the right ropes to get the sails start pulling up, and they very slowly begin to make their way up. You feel the ship begin to coast a little slower, still rocking on the waves, but lesser so in this kind of little inlet. You see some of the red shirts go over and hit the anchor, and you just hear it begin falling down into the ocean as the... Oh god, how am I forgetting the name? This spins. Fuck, I fucking should know this. Either way, the anchor just sinks down into the ocean. And the boat... You feel all the wood lurch to a stop. Capstan. That's it.
Capstan, yep.
Yeah, see the capstan going down.
Nice.
That's what I was
and
gonna say, and I was
the
like,
ship
no,
kind
that's
of
not it, is it?
lurches to a
That's
stop.
not
It is still in fairly rough waves, but at least here it's you can dock the ship at very least. It's
Okay.
safe to make port.
I'm gonna hop off and start tying the ship to the dock.
They do not park right at the dock. It's more like they
Oh.
kind of park around in the bay and then row over to it in the single boats. Captain's
Come on, Caesar.
sees you kind of preparing the boat. He's perhaps it's best we wait until the storm is over. For now, batten down the hatches, see if there's any repairs needing done. Go help out downstairs if you can. I will handle things up here.
Alright, Captain. And I'm gonna head downstairs.
Oof.
Forgetting how low the clearance is, I'm gonna bonk my head on the wall. On the roof.
Boonk. As you're kind of going down, you hear him laugh at you for a brief moment. Do me a favor and check on the men. If you have any of that magic left, don't hesitate to use it. and you see him just kind of preparing the ship. He latches the wheel down so it doesn't like begin turning aimlessly. He starts checking the damage, goes immediately over to where the lightning struck, and checks to see if there's any fires. Luckily, the lightning that struck the crow's nest struck Gregory. So no risk of fire.
Luckily?
No risk of fire there. Luckily for
My
him.
world shaped into a lightning rod.
Yeah, like quite literally. Silvo's kind of like snickers to himself as he's kind of happy about that. And you see Stanislav as you're kind of preparing, as you're about to go down, you look out and you see the town of Redwatch. The town itself made from like this gray stone that was partly quarried nearby, but a lot of the mortar is made with that very red kind of dirt and sand, so it kind of has this very almost beautiful look to it. It's very well made, it's very sturdy, and I can show you an actual map of the town here. Redwatch. So
It's as I like, because I hit one of my horns on it. As I like look up, I'm like, oh wow, I'm taking this all in.
so you guys are actually
wow.
pulling, like, so where this river comes out down here, south of that, is where the docks and dockyard are, and then you row up to this dock here. So all the ships are docked down in the little bay just south of this dock over here. Oh, I draw dots. I didn't mean to do that.
Like down in this way.
Yeah,
direction?
further south. Like the bay is legit off
Oh,
map,
yeah.
and then that's where the ships row into. But you see the tall walls of the keep made from the same brick and mortar as the homes around here. I feel like you guys have come here once before.
It does look vaguely familiar.
Yeah, no, you guys did
First group?
when you guys were going to meet Mr. Maker for the first time.
Yes.
This was the town
Yes,
you came
yes,
to
yes,
first.
yes.
You
Oh,
were
I
gonna
blocked
go
that
all.
out.
Yeah, you were gonna go all the way to Riverguard, but you just went to here instead. You just blocked that out. Block out the Hell's Corp, dude. So that is the town you see, and you're kind of like on the ship. You see this garrison and keep just kind of silhouetted and like lit up every now and again by a lightning strike against the dark sky. It's a fairly large town. Definitely appears to be built as a point of like a guard point into the eastern borders of the kingdom of Eldris. As you kind of begin preparing around the ship, are you doing anything to help up here? Oh no, you said you're going below. So you make your way below, down the stairs. You see Gregory and Mantuka still hard at work, making sure there's no remaining holes left in the ship, but it seems like they've got it most patched up. As you kind of step down that last step, you feel your feet kind of just barely touching water. Slight sloshing sound as your feet hit the deck below. It's damp, but it is by no means like flooded down here. It's fairly reasonable. You see the doctor's office, or not the doctor's office, the doctor's quarters, the medical quarters, which is the building. You remember this from the last time we were on the ship in a different game. So this is the medical quarters. So as you come down the stairs, you see this door is ajar, and
I see Gregory and Mantuka too, right?
Yeah, they're up here, kind of working on some shit as they need to, but kind of just going around and making sure everything's retied down and set up the way it needs to be.
Gregory, don't you still kind of look like shit?
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't look good. Yeah,
Yeah,
there'd be
he's
a
not
lot of
right.
moments where I would just stop and kind of go, oh, okay.
All right, Gregory, come here real quick, and I'm gonna put a 3rd level cure wounds into you.
Oh, damn boy.
let's go.
You get 16 more points back.
Hey, looking much better. Kind of the bags under my eyes just kind of go halfway, and it's just Thank you. Thank you very much. I was making a lot of mistakes today. I think I'm doing a lot of those flash decisions. I gotta calm down. Every time I've taken a breath and made a decision, it goes much better.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it.
Zen. I'm zen.
How's Mantuka looking? Has he got
About
cuts
the
and
gas
stuff?
tank, about 3/4 beat up. Like I'm
Okay.
good.
Okay, you're fine. I'm gonna go into the doc's office then, probably hearing some sort of agony happening.
Yeah, so you see now Goldtooth, the cat, is leaning up against this wall, watching as the doctor is not so much operating. This is the first time you've met the doctor, I believe. So as you kind of come around the door, you see Goldtooth first, and you're like, okay, he's clearly not the doctor. And then you look over and see the hulking form of a bugbear, just leaning over the halfling who you saw fall out of the crow's nest as he snaps the forearm of the halfling back into place. resets the bone because it was bent at like a fucked up angle. You hear the scream from the halfling as it just his mouth is just closed down on a piece of leather that's been put into his teeth, and the bugbear's like, no, you'll be fine. And he puts his hand, like massive bugbear hand, on his chest and just holds him down. Stop squirming. You're going to make this more difficult. And he goes over to the leg that's also broken, and you see him snap that one back into place too. It's all right.
I kind of like knock on the wall as I'm standing in the door frame.
Busy at the moment. I pat him down. That. He goes over here. He's like, and as he's
Perhaps
shuffling around, he's so big. He's barely paying attention. It seems like his job is mostly done. As he turns, he doesn't even walk around the space. He's so big, he just turns and grabs things from the shelves around the room. He's massive, barely fits. The bed in the back corner very clearly has worn out spots on the foot, like where the feet would go, because his knees have been hanging over it. And you can see where the wood has begun to dip. And he just grabs what looks like a bottle of like it's just rum. Like pops the cork right off. You're gonna need this, and gives it over to the halfling, who spits it. But you really enjoyed that, didn't you? You sick fuck. And he grabs the rum and just downs it, just swigs it back, and then lays down on the table. No one say anything. No one do anything. Leave me alone.
Can I perhaps offer some pain relief?
He just holds up the bottle of rum without words to you and holds it into his mouth and just holds it there. You watch the bottle just slowly draining down as he just downs most of the bottle. The doctor's like, now what am I going to drink? Grabs the empty bottle back.
Is that like off him? Is he out immediately, the halfling?
Oh, he's like he's in shock. He's in fucking pure agony, and he is now completely inebriated.
Absolutely blitzed.
He's just out of it. Like, he downed an entire 2-6. Or, I guess, a quart, or whatever you'd call it, depending on where in Canada you are.
Well, I was gonna help a little bit, but I don't think he's gonna remember the next day or two.
That's very true.
You'll be fine. You need to stop being such a pussy. Gives him a pat on the chest.
Fair.
He looks over to Goldtooth. How about you, Goldtooth? You need any help? Goldtooth's like, I think I'm good, mate. Thanks. And just turns and walks out the door. And just leaves you standing there with the doctor. What can I do for you?
Oh, I'm fine. I came here to see if I could help you.
No bumps, no bruises for me to inspect?
I'm sure I've got a couple, but I can take care of it myself.
Good. Go do that. Get out. And he just turns and continues going back to his business. He goes over. You see him actually start stitching up some wounds. Yeah. Roll me very quick. Just either perception or insight, your choice. One or the other.
Mama Gregory.
Kind of reminds me of if the Grinch was a doctor.
Kind of. He's
so much hair in the
Nat 1, I fall. I trip on my face.
Yeah. So you don't notice any. Yeah, you don't notice anything about his medical practice, other than the fact that as the ship pitches and you are rocked into one of the walls and kind of bounce off it, ow! He does not falter at all. Like, you see his arms and whole body move with the ship as if he just naturally feels it, and he's stitching up a wound as he's doing it. That's all you pick up.
Stanislav has a quick flashback to fighting a bugbear with his old compatriots many moons ago. And how surprisingly nimble he was for his size. So
exactly. Like very, very gently almost just stitches the few wounds that this individual has closed. Sleep now. You'll be fine. And he's like, he's friendly and you can tell he's trying to have like the best bedside manner that a bugbear could possibly have, but like he is still very gruff. He is
no bullshit.
Yeah, he's like, very no bullshit doctor. He's a military doctor. Like he's like, I'm going to help you. You're not going to. Yeah, he's like, I'm going to help you. You're probably not going to like it, but you're going to be better in the end. And like he's literal the embodiment of Buckley's. Like if the
trust
Buckley's
me,
was a
I'm a doctor.
I look awful and it works.
Goldtooth still looks a bit like shit too, doesn't he?
He took some hits, but you see him leave the room, and as you kind of like turn to look where he goes, he opens up a very small door. You see kind of leads under the staircase that you made your way down. He looks over at you. Good night. And just goes in and closes the door behind him. It seems like he's got himself a little first mate's cabin in the only other private area on the ship. Is below the stairs.
He's got a Harry Potter closet.
Yeah, but like it's a ship. You don't really
Population
complain.
Pleasureville.
Yeah, that's the pleasure den right there. So
He's got a door with which to divide himself from jerking it.
as you all
there's so many
exactly,
napkins.
but he has some privacy. He's got some privacy for his furry parties. As the
Why
group
do
of you
why do you need a hook above the bed like that?
begin finishing up your duties on the boat, the holes in the hull having been repaired, the doctor having been visited, healing having been doled out where it was needed, you guys all make your way back onto the deck of the ship, where you find Silvos just commanding his red shirts around. And as you kind of all step out into the waning minutes of the storm, as it begins kind of blowing away, you feel the rain begin to lessen. The thunder and lightning is now much more far off, than it was before. You still see the lightning lighting up the sky as it's going. But for the most part, it seems like you're out of the nasty weather. And as you kind of all look off the starboard side of the ship, you see the town of Redwatch there, silhouetted against the sky. Kind of on this raised area, leaping on top of these mud flats that you see just running down into the ocean, which you gather at high tide would probably be filled all the way up, and boats would probably be able to pull a little further in. At that point, we are going to take our break for this evening, because a little bit of a shorter session. We're just dealing with some travel and RP stuff today. So, no one uses the disadvantage. I haven't been rolling. I haven't really... See, the problem is we're all allies right now. So if I roll disadvantage, you could kill an ally. I'm still going to do it.
I'm still going to do it.
It's between you and me. I'm still going to do it. I'm going to make that redeem work for me, baby. Let's go.
Smelly gonna die.
Smelly gonna
Shut your horse
die.
mouth. You keep smelly fucking mouth out of your name. Just because you make piss
Keep my
poor
goddamn
choices.
NPC's name out your motherfucking mouth.
Did you mean to say that? Anyway.
No.
Okay.
But
We're just gonna gloss over it. We're gonna gloss over it entirely. Anyway, guys, we're gonna take our break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Please do not go to why do paladins love chainmail? Because it makes them sink to the bottom of the ocean. Hey-oh, topical joke, because a paladin almost died last week. Let's go. It's holy armor. Okay, that's how you do a first-time chat. Irunon, I like that. Welcome in. We are just about to take a break. Taking a little pee break. That was a solid joke. Round of applause.
Now get the fuck out.
Well,
hey, you don't talk to them like that.
It was topical too.
What do you call an Aarakocra cleric? This is the last joke, and then I'm taking my pee break. What do you call an Aarakocra cleric? Aarakocra cleric. That's a
Bird
mouthful.
Jesus.
A bird of prey.
A bird of
Okay.
prey.
Yeah, grabs brand hammer.
Well,
Can I?
well done.
No, we don't ban for puns, because then Ray would never be allowed in here either.
oh my God, half
Unfortunately.
the channel.
Yeah,
I
half the
wouldn't be allowed to
channel.
play.
Last session we would have banned like 15 people. It was all boat puns
It was
all
nothing but puns.
day. It was nothing but boat puns. I
You found your people.
personally
This
messaged
is a
fucking
fun
Ray
free
about
zone.
it. I'm like, you listen here now. We don't do puns. I would be banned. We will ban JT. We ban JT for less, but only for a few minutes because
What
we
are you
miss
gonna
him.
do about it?
We'll be back in 10 minutes, everyone. I gotta pee. See y'all in a few. Let's go. What's up, everybody? We're back.
Pew pew.
How's it going? Pew pew. Chris is just dealing with some stuff. Thunderstorm warning. He's letting his peeps know about it because it's a big deal out there in Alberta. Those fuckers will roll right in and hail the shit out of your car. So, last we left off, also, I feel like I missed a bunch of puns. I'm not sad. I'm gonna say I'm sad I missed a bunch of puns. I just feel like I missed a bunch of puns. A blood vessel, favorite boat, a blood vessel. I'm gonna use this minute to catch up on chat while Peter smokes his doobie. Party comp, yeah, young boy druid. He's a druid wizard, actually. He's half druid, half wizard. Tiefling,
I have a
paladin,
box full
minotaur, barbarian.
of all my spells, and they all look like little monsters.
Yeah, we also have a changeling artificer named Mr. Maker, who has been away for the last few weeks while he's doing home renovations because this is his only day off from work. So it's been a little while. We're hoping he's back next week. That's what it seems to be, unless there's any complications, which there could be because he's dealing with plumbing and reflooring around plumbing and all the shit. So we'll see what happens. And hopefully he's back by next week. It kind of worked narratively that he wasn't here for this. He's going to be doing some of his own stuff in his off time as soon as he is recovered from his major head
Batman.
drama. I'm Batman. He's. I think you're gonna be surprised. He's leaning a little away from the Batman vibes, and going somewhere else with it. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna
Hashtag
spoil
fake
nothing.
news. Fake
Oh,
news.
wow.
He's a super villain.
You just called me fake news, dude? That hurts my feelings. I'm here, I'm just trying to have fun. Or do bards go on adventures for the loot? Okay, that one's good. I like that. That could go on a t-shirt, if it's not on a t-shirt. Nerd Holla has given advantage to Gregory on your next roll. Too bad you didn't have that
Thank you
last week
for
while you were
my lightning
drowning,
one.
or this
Or
week
then-
while you were falling off the crow's nest, or before
got
when you're
struck
getting
by
hit by lightning. If there's any more majorly traumatic events that will happen in the next hour and a half, you're covered. And let's face it,
Yay.
this is you we're talking about.
That's
There very
gonna
well
happen.
could be.
I'm a magnet for disaster.
Welcome in, Nerd Holla. How's it going? Yeah, this is a rough week last week. I have one of my physically... Okay, hit me. Did you hear about the condiment-based caster? I did not, but I want to. He was a sorcerer. Okay. That one's not... That one actually is... That's mid. That's mid.
I liked
Okay.
it.
Okay, well, you got Ryan's approval, and that's really all that matters, let's be honest. That's all anyone fucking cares about around here. Everyone loves Ryan. Every time I talk to people, it's like,
Everyone
oh, we
loves
love
Ryan.
Ryan so much. Is Ryan gonna come hang out? And I'm like, love me. No, it's fine.
No, man.
Love me. No, it's fine.
I'm sure.
JT's doing weather check. He's just like trying to fuck with you guys tonight, dude.
He's got a lightning
But
gun.
he
We
rolled,
gave him a
he
rail
rolled a
gun.
7. So as you watch the storm begin to move its way, welcome back, Chris. Hopefully that's all good. Hopefully, as our storm moves away, it does not come towards you in real life Canada.
Yeah, I just got an emergency alert for a severe
Okay.
thunderstorm, producing up to golf ball sized hail.
Nice. Welcome to Bird,
Yeah.
baby. Let's go. So, if your power cuts out or anything, we'll just dip to the 2-man overlay, and we'll have... I think we have the wrong characters on it, but who gives a shit?
There's
Or
a tornado
no.
or anything.
Expect the same
On July
as- yeah,
1st,
fine.
there was an EF4 tornado just south of here, so that was cool. There might be another one. I might die, you know.
Cool. You should dig
sucked off by Mother
like a
Nature.
really worse ways to go. There's worse ways to go. Dig a really deep hole in your
Dysentery.
backyard and just put metal over the top of it, or you'll be fine. You'll be good.
I live in a basement. I'll just run to the bathroom.
There you go.
Turn into a giant
hide in the-
gorilla
that's a good
and,
idea.
and climb a thing.
Yeah, if you're gonna hide anywhere, a shitter is actually a good place to do it. Because when you crap your pants, no one's gonna know, unless you're the dude in Jurassic Park. In which case,
Actually, no,
And
I
then
know
what
what to
for
do.
me?
I run outside, specifically outside, and I find a pipe that's being put into the ground, and I take my belt off and I lash it around the pipe, just like that movie.
Twister.
Yeah.
I've seen more times than I'm proud to admit. Anyway, so
Sorry
getting
to
back.
interject.
No, it's cool. We were on break. We got to come back from the break. We can interact. It's been a heavy few sessions. People almost died. Gregory fell out of a crow's nest. It was a bad time.
Yep.
So getting back to
I mean,
the adventure
I see the storm. It's pretty far east.
at hand. Okay. Getting back to the adventure at hand. Speaking of storms to the east, you all watch as the storm just makes its way eastward along the Bay of Sorrows, kind of curving its way out into the ocean there. As you do, you see the sun just cresting out of the top of the clouds, casting a beautiful daylight on you as you watch like the wall of rain just recede and be replaced with sunlight over time as JTB rolled a 7. So the seas begin to calm and return to a steady lull, relaxing moment. And you see now Redwatch truly lit in the light of day, the red mortar and brick kind of glistening at you, almost catching the light of the sun. It is beautiful. It is bright. All of the sand, all of the beach is a bright orangey red color. Ryan's fam is bringing him snacks. We love that. That's
This
so
is my
fucking
mom,
wholesome.
Everybody.
Welcome
I
in.
love that so
Welcome
much.
in, Ryan's mom.
Hello.
You're on the internet.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
up?
Mama Gregory.
You're live on the air.
No, God.
Are those ketchup chips?
No, the
I'm not
barbecue.
here.
Ah.
This is the most wholesome shit I've ever seen on this stream. So I'm sitting holds of bags of fucking
You guys.
nice to meet you. See you later. That's so small town Canada. I love it.
Yay.
Love her.
Okay. Oh god, it gets a lot more wholesome when all the Canadians are together and chat. It feels good. Feels good. Yeah, back to it. That was good. All right. you all look out over Red Watch. Kind of at this point coming into I believe the waning hours of the afternoon. It was about midday when the attack happened, and you've been sailing for a few hours after that through the storm. So as you kind of catching the evening, you begin seeing people kind of bringing their hauls in from the docks. Some of the fishermen who got in early off the sea after having filled their boats for the day are beginning to haul that ashore. You see other small fishing vessels making their way in off the ocean, seemingly lucky to have survived the storm. However, you do see in a couple instances there are boats that look kind of like they're not being held together as well, like they probably saw the worst of the storm, and they're being towed back in by some of their friends and fellow fishermen. And kind of, you see them all just begin amassing, and you understand now why the bigger ships tend to anchor further out from the docks and then row in, and as the fishing vessels just begin to line up along the available dock space, making it very difficult for anything larger than like a rowboat to make its way up to the dock. You see crowds of people. It's a fairly well-populated town. It's not the biggest, but it's kind of in the mid-range here. Seems like there's a bustling population all going about their late afternoon to evening business. What would you all like to do?
Gonna whisper at Gregory, looking at all these busted-ass ships. Perhaps if we spend a couple days here, you and Mending Mouse could make a couple bucks fixing some ships up.
Oh, that's a really good idea. And honestly, I just figured out that the octopuses are pretty good at holding stuff together. So, that's actually.
Okay. No one's leaving until we have a group chat.
Group chat?
No, we're
Yeah.
all still on the boat at this point.
All right.
Yeah.
We've
Group
had
meeting?
some rough patches. You
Yeah.
guys need to pull up your socks, make better fucking life choices. I'm the non-rational one. Don't make me be rational.
Okay.
You know,
And
you
I'm
say
just-
that, but I think you have a bit more rational mind to you than you give yourself credit for.
I guess
You
someone fucking has to.
You saved my life. I won't forget it.
Yeah, you will until you fucking do something stupid again. Situation no
no.
change.
I'm gonna make sure I remember. I'm gonna repay you. I'm still really tired.
You are right. I need to pay a bit more attention to certain things, like definitely not ever wearing armor on the boat again. That was a terrible idea,
It could have been bad, yeah.
and now I have to get it fixed here.
Yeah, it's almost like I told you, get out of the boat. Hey, stupid. Have you been in a boat before? Don't wear armor. You're like, I won't. And then you immediately fasten armor on.
There was a lot going on. I'm sure it just felt natural to wear the armor. It's like wearing a t-shirt at this point. It's like putting
Or a
on your
big
sleep
hay-
pajamas.
Or a big heavy anchor that drags you into the fucking water.
Yeah, sleep
Life
pajamas.
lesson.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, there's definitely I was even telling Stan, I have to stop, breathe, and then make my decision. That'll be my thing now. Stop and breathe.
I'm just gonna take a little break from you guys. I'm gonna go for an hour to the bar. I just need to recharge.
Totally
I'm
fair,
not-
big guy.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed, and I
Right.
just need some me time because it's like
Understandable.
I've got a parent smelly already, and now I've got two other like somewhat competent, not competent children. Just a fucking lot for a Minotaur.
Right.
As you reach your arm back and say, I got smelly, and kind of open your hand, you feel your halberd just pressed into your grip as he's just like expecting you to reach out for a weapon at any given time, and you told him always be ready, and you held your hand out, so he puts your weapon into your hand like a good squire.
You're my
He's really
second favorite
outshining.
person that's here right now.
Thanks,
Second
boss.
favorite.
I appreciate that a lot. I've been trying really hard to do a good job, and
Too much talking.
it's been I'm sorry.
All right, well, let's get to the docks and get on with it then.
Yeah. And Mantuka, like I said, I'm gonna make it up to you.
I've already like turned my back and started like walking away with smelly.
I turn around to say that and okay.
I just pat you on the shoulder. Don't worry about it.
We made Dad mad.
1 hour timeout.
Okay. So
That's a
Mantuka,
row to the dock now.
yeah. So you see the rowboat is already being loaded up with some goods that they're bringing on to trade. As you do know, this is a merchant vessel. They work
I'll
your
help
own
with that
business.
too, yeah.
Offering. It seems like they're just like loading up some silks, some spices from the Imperium, just very very basic trade goods. Nothing that you would really pick out as too fancy. They get the first boat loaded and lowered into the water, and it rows over to the dock, and you see them begin to unload it, and then takes about 10 minutes to get that unloaded, and they row their way back out as they're now ready to take on people. Are you going first on shore, or are you waiting for everybody else to get off? What's the plan?
I think we'll let Mantuka go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's smart.
We will take the second trip. Or the second boat, depending on how many of them there are.
He said he needed a break from us.
Okay. So Mantuka, as you kind of climb down this rope ladder on the back of the ship, go ahead and just make me a dexterity saving throw. Or check. Doesn't matter. I feel like they're pretty much equal.
You do a
for
saving throw, you get +4 from me.
What
That's
do
true.
you want, DM? You tell me. You save
Hey,
it.
let's go saving throw as you're climbing down the rope ladder and your iron hooves are having trouble gripping the rope below and
Are
you feel
they?
yourself slip.
The 12, Z.
12. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
That's
plus
enough.
4, so
Plus 4 is 16. So you feel yourself slip. One of your hooves kind of slips through the hole in the rope. It's kind of like when they like hang a rope off the side of the ship and it's just a bunch of squares that they use to climb up. You can get the picture. And you feel your foot kind of slip through and you got to pull it out. It's awkward climbing this shit with hooves, especially ones that have been dipped in iron that are now smoldering
Right.
hot at
Life
any given
choices.
time. Life choices. Yeah, you're going to lecture them. You're going to call out anybody else for their life choices. And you lower yourself into the boat and you all watch as this rowboat just kind of sinks a little bit, and like the clearance between the top of the water and the boat, or the top of the boat and the water, just decreases by a couple inches.
Shitty recorder Titanic song starts playing.
No.
Listen, stop hating on me. I am the container that keeps this soppy ice cream that's like getting hot outside together. Currently. It'll change, but right now I am the container.
I love that metaphor.
It's you, and like no one else is really brave enough to get in the boat with you except for the guy rowing it, who's already in there. There's not a whole lot of extra space. Smelly quickly climbs down in behind you and has your weapons at his side, and he's just chilling. He's ready, and it seems like they're more content to just let you go by yourself. And the boat starts rowing. The guy's like starting to get a little bead of sweat as he's now hauling more than all of that cargo combined through the water.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Is there another set of oars or just his?
It's just his. It's like a
'Cause
single
I
set of
definitely
oars.
don't
He
wanna
looks at
stand
you.
up with this thing to
He
fucking
looks at you. He's like,
fly.
"Okay, I don't suppose that you're gonna be spending a lot of time ashore. Mostly, I'm asking, am I gonna have to do this again in like a couple days?"
No,
He's just
next
grunting.
time I'll just
his-
take it over. I'm not gonna stand up now and, die in the
Are
water.
you sure? I don't mind. Death sounds alright. Alright about now.
No, keep going.
Okay.
Smelly, yell
Turns a
to him.
little bit.
Motivationals. You can do it. Push.
You can do it. Gives a little thumbs up, and that's about it. And the guy just keeps rowing. You get to
Just
the...
one word.
You can do it.
That's literally
Well, you're
it's so
leading
fast.
this guy on, even though we're gonna be gone for like 2 weeks after this.
So long. Like you guys are going
I
all the
love
way
you,
up here.
Mantuka.
Either way, he rows you up to the dock. It doesn't even bother getting it up to the dock. Just kind of rows it onto one of the fucking muddy shores of the floodplain there. That's as far as I'm going. That's not the voice. That's as far as I'm going.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And I'll go into one of my change purse.
Oh,
Actually,
oh,
yeah,
God.
no.
I need a
Smelly
break.
does not hold my song. And I will give him a gold coin.
Ooh.
Next time, I'll roll and I don't pay you.
Has Mantuka ever tipped before? There's some real character
There's
development
some-
going on here.
we're seeing character growth. He pockets the coin. I appreciate
so
that.
fucked up right now with his emotions.
Yeah, his emotions are all over the place. I appreciate that. Thank you. If you need them.
Emotional damage.
I wasn't going to jump in the water at all and heal any of you, but it was a real boring
Mhm.
campaign. Well,
they
no, it would have been
both-
awesome. It was just me. but-
If they just drowned, can you imagine? I drowned 2 of my players. Like that's
2 new party members.
That's not-
You could have
That's
fucking
just rough.
learned, Pat.
yeah. I mean, they learn eventually. Well,
Mantuka makes
Ray's
Chris
trying to break me. with
Create a
friends.
smart character that makes good decisions because he's tired of playing with an idiot.
Yeah. So Mantuka, you step onto
Grabs
the
the rope, I cut
muddy,
it.
the muddy shore and kind of give the boat a push back out to sea. The The individual kind of looks at you. Thanks. If you keep paying like that, feel free to take the boat anytime. And he just rows and eventually makes his way back out to sea. You see him begin to pick up some other crew members, Stanislav and Gregory, still content to give you your space. You make your way across the mud flats, your iron hooves kind of sticking into the mud as you make your way into town. It is you've been here once, you are familiar with it very loosely, having traveled up here once with your party before. There's a general store, there is a fairly well appointed inn and tavern, and a couple temples, and other than that, not a whole lot going on. I do believe you said you wanted to go to the bar.
Oh yes, inn and tavern.
Okay.
Simple.
All right. So you kind of have to make your way around. You're going based off of memory. Takes you a few minutes to kind of get your bearings. You came in from the other side last time, but it does not take you super long to find probably one of the larger buildings in the town, and right above it, a sign depicting kind of this river floodplain that you see, but the river has like almost like a very cheap looking gold filigree painted on it. It's like flaking off, like it's not very nice. It's very poorly done.
Pyrite.
It's really shitty. It's just like painted on gold, and it's like chipping off in places, but the rivers look like they've been painted with gold a little bit, and the sand as well is red with these kind of rivers of gold cutting through it. And you see the sign says the Red Sand Rest Stop. The door is kind of this old, somewhat sea-weathered looking wood that's been probably here for some time and is probably in need of a little TLC. It's not the most well-appointed inn you've ever seen, which is probably a little more your vibe anyway. You open the door and you find yourself in a well-appointed establishment, if not a little run down and a little aged. The furniture is kind of an eclectic mix of random bits of things that it looks like the owners kind of pieced together over time through various sales as other furniture was worn down and replaced. It seems like they fixed it up here. And if I go over here, see who runs this motherfucker? Dude. Oh.
Girls.
You see,
We run this mother.
God damn it. You see as the door opens, a kind of heavy-set dwarf. Even for a dwarf, he is short and he is stocky. Seems to be standing on some kind of stool or something because he is leaning on the bar and like towering above it. Clearly dwarven, and you see where his waist begins, and he's just standing there looking over. He's not menacing, but he's got his knuckles down on the bar and he's just watching the tavern folk that are in here tonight. You see mostly a wide collection of sailors and a few farmers that have trickled in and out of the woods and the fields. Pretty rough and tumble group. What do you want to do?
Are there any I'm looking for like a seat, but like on the outside, like at least so I can like have my back protected, like kind of like the grizzly veteran would always kind of sit with
Roll
my
me
back
a perception check, please.
For you,
It's pretty busy in here. Like I said, all the fishermen have begun to come in, so all the sailors have going to their first stop before heading home, which is the bar.
No.
You don't really manage to find anything. It looks like there's a table that might have a free seat where you could sit back to a wall, but you're gonna have to sit with 4 fairly burly-looking individuals, 1 orcish, 2 human. Look pretty gruff. Other than that, there's a couple stools at the bar available, and what looks like an empty table kind of in the center of the room. Almost dead center.
Let's go. Smelly and I'll go to the bar stools, I guess.
Okay. He's kind of like holding all your weapons in his hands as he makes his way through the bar. Somewhere we could keep these, boss, or am I just holding them the whole time?
I think you already know the answer to that.
I do. He just goes over to the seat and kind of like, without letting go, has to like shuffle his butt into the seat. It's kind of awkward and super uncomfortable looking, but he does not let go of a single weapon. As
You
he does,
remember what we do hourly too?
polish them.
Inventory.
Okay, inventory. How long's it been? Good. Yeah.
Do I
Okay.
have all my weapons?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you just did inventory. Good.
Okay, inventory. Good.
59 minutes.
59 minutes to go. As you kind of do, the dwarf looks at you. And what can I get you?
Whatever you got that's strong.
We got ale, and we got rum. What do you want? Rum. Okay. He reaches up, pulls this up. You can see even him, there's scars on his fingers that are kind of jagged and looks like they didn't heal very nice. Looks like he's probably had a fish hook or two stuck into his hands while he's working. And you do, in fact, see, as you get a closer look, there is what appears to be a fish hook just kind of pierced through his eyebrow that he's left in as a piece of jewelry. It seems like the barb was just too big to get it back out, so he just left it there.
You're
That's
going to say
sexy
they were
as fuck.
fighting scars.
Oh, I mean, you see that too. Like the knuckles are hardened over, and like you
The
see,
cauliflower eared.
one of the thumb is kind of messed up. Not quite. No, not really. Hard to see too. You're also not there.
Somewhere there's someone metal as
I'm
fuck.
just curious. I like this.
So, he leads
I want
forward.
to
You see
date
the
him.
fish hook kind of king in the torch. You're not here either. Keep it in your pants.
My type is dangerous.
This is a super awkward long encounter. Can I have my rum, please?
My type is red flags. Let's go.
Sew them into a tapestry. Wear them like a cape.
Oh God.
You guys can't even let me have an interaction. You fucking
I'm
children.
sorry,
This is
dude.
what I'm talking about. You're all going on timeout.
You thought you could
Uh.
leave us.
So needy.
So clingy there. Oh my God. Oh God. Okay. Rum it is. And he hands you this bottle of like dark rum. It is, and like you, isn't even the cork is like pops out of it, and it's kind of this gangly looking cork. He hands it over. The smell immediately comes out of the bottle. It is strong. You're looking like Newfie Screech levels of rum here. This is nasty shit. It is cheap, and it is dirty, and it is gross. It is exactly what Mantuka
Speaking
would
my
want.
lingo.
And he looks at you. Silver piece for the bottle.
I give a. Do you have another one? Bottle that is.
Doesn't even look this time. Full bottle. Cork hasn't even come off. You do notice now there is a nice wax seal on it.
Okay, I'm gonna need 2 more.
4 silver.
Cool. And then I just slide him.
You have 4
I slide him
bottles
a
of
gold.
rum. You have 4 bottles of rum. Goddamn.
No, I
there-
don't. I have 2.
Smelly has 2.
And Smelly has 2.
Oh no. So you have 2 bottles of this rum each, and like I said, it is dark. It's thick. It's almost like molassesy. Like it has almost a thick consistency to it. It is not good shit. I assume he looks up at you. He's like, "Are you serious?" He's holding
Well,
both of them.
it's yours, or you can carry it for me. Like if you want to have a big boy drink, you can. If you don't, like.
He takes
remember
one and immediately
my
puts it in his satchel, and then pops the next one. Cheers, boss. He holds the bottle up to you.
Cheers, Smelly.
And he does a little cheers. And he takes the bottle. How much you drinking? As you feel it hit your lips, again, it has like almost a thick consistency to it. It is unpleasant. It burns like hell. But it tastes, and it almost tastes like ocean. Like it literally has a brackish taste to it. It's very
Just
unpleasant.
like Gregory's mouth.
Yeah, that's exactly. You have memories of French kissing
Memories.
Gregory.
Gregory
Listen
mouth.
here.
Oh, no.
Good
Um,
old Maine moonshine.
With that, like with it being unknown, I would have just gave it a taste first,
Mhm.
and then after I realized all of that amazing flavor in my mouth,
It reminds
I'd,
you very much of like some of the stuff you made on the island with your people. Like it is unrefined at its best. It reminds you of
Okay,
home
yeah.
a little bit.
sweet. Well, with that, like kind of taking that in, I'll take like a longer swig. Like I'm not looking to down it or anything like ridiculous like that. But I'm just like casually like sipping from the bottle like you would NyQuil.
Okay, roll me a
Maybe not.
Constitution save for Smelly at first.
Oh fuck! I don't know what you're-
Mantuka on that lean.
Yeah, Smelly,
this is
Smelly doesn't
Smelly's-
get the memo. He like just starts drinking. 15's pretty
You got
good.
a 50.
You are impressed as you
Sipping
watch.
scissor.
Yeah, you watch like you feel like almost a bit of pride in your squire, in your companion, as you see him just down several gulps of this bottle unflinchingly. Put it down. Oh. He kind of looks up at
Props.
you with like a little bit of a glazed over look in the eye. That was good. Really good.
See, work hard, play hard.
I like it. I think I could get used to this. He
Good,
does
you
have
got
it.
47 minutes before we do the check again.
Okay, inventory in 47 minutes. I got it. You see him already. Like at this point, he has his feet up on the bar, and your weapons are in between his knees, just leaning against it, so they're in visual range at all times. He's like drinking the bottle. You gather Smelly before joining and enlisting in your little rebellion here was probably doing some pretty shady shit, and is no stranger to heavy drink, and he downs the stuff with ease. He keeps up with you for most of the night. Is there anything special you're looking to do while you're here? The drinks keep flowing. At one point, the door comes over. Do you want any food? You got a decent kitchen.
I do now.
Easy. I like that. Okay.
And then pretty much I'm just gonna sit there and just kind of like decompress, have a couple drinks with Smelly, and then just decompress from all the shenanigans that have happened in the last 48 hours.
Okay, so he brings you out like a platter that's just like some bread, and a few bits of like some like smoked salmon and different various kinds of seafood on the platter. You gather this is a place where seafood is bountiful, very plentiful. Roll me a perception check. You can roll one for Smelly too if you want to. What's up, Will Groom? Welcome in.
I did good. Smelly, did you do good?
Did Smelly do good?
Not as good, but he okay
Not as
for
good.
an NPC, homie.
Okay, so the first thing you catch as this fish platter is brought out to you, one, it smells kind of off. It smells like probably not the freshest. It's maybe not been kept at a good temperature, and there's definitely like a bad, like a turned smell coming from it. It's definitely beginning to rot. It's still probably edible, but you might get sick. There's a chance. You rolled really good, so you're kind of picking up on that. The other thing you notice is that as you look around, anytime someone kind of gets out of a seat, or you can maybe just catch a glimpse under a table or something, you see just cockroaches begin to scurry into the planks, into the spaces in the wood, and make their way around. And it becomes clear to you very quickly that this place is infested with bugs.
Who am I to judge? Just eat the bread, Smelly.
Do I have to?
Nope, no you don't.
Okay, I don't think I want to. I've put some terrible things in my mouth, but nah, everything about that looks off.
It's not even the worst thing I put in my mouth today.
I saw that.
Gregory in my mouth twice.
I saw that. Very proud of you. It was very, very brave, boss. And you see
Very
him.
confusing times.
You see him kind of like reach forward and poke one of the pieces of bread on the platter, and a cockroach scurries out from underneath it and down the bar, off the way and like back down
Protein.
under the stool. Protein. Oh goddamn. Are you going to partake in the food?
Not after your amazing description. Should I fucking reach out and grab like one of my hard rats, like eat like some fucking.
Eating some of your rations. Fair enough. Okay.
Oh, hard rat rations. I get you.
Says the man who said not to be a pussy.
The fisherman comes over and again leans over, or the bar owner leans over. What's the matter? You don't like fish?
I ate a lot of fish out there.
That'll happen. You know, they spend a lot of time on the boats. You'd figure we'd serve something other than fish stew, but you know, we got what we got. Can I get you anything
100%.
else?
I'll still pay for it.
It's pretty cheap anyway. Anything else I can get you? Any food? Other than that, pretty limited.
100% good. Just chewing on my hard rat.
Well, we don't allow outside food in the bar, sir.
All right, I'll put it back in my pouch. Pistol
okay.
eat it.
Fair enough. So nothing else then.
Not
All right.
drinking my drink I bought here. I purchased it. I'm not loitering.
No, you're good. I'm just trying to make sure all the customers are well taken care of, you know. It seems like while he is like the bar owner, his customer service and like his general demeanor with people is kind of gruff and unpleasant. Not the friendliest, but he is running a cockroach infested bar. So like he can't really expect too much. The rest
Fair
of
enough.
you spend some time drinking with your companion Smelly well into the hours of the evening. About an hour or so pass, at which point Gregory and Stanislav. We're going to cut back to you a little while Mantuka is enjoying his drinking for this evening. What, are the two of you going to do? What's the plan?
Before we depart the boat, I just want to go talk to Silvos and thank him for having us aboard. You know,
Always thank the bus driver.
Hello, Captain.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Thank you for the passage. I'm very grateful that you were able to give us a trip.
Don't mention it. When are you coming back?
Oh, we're going a fair ways north from here, so might not be for another couple of weeks at least.
Tell you what, if you know any way to get a hold of me magically, have your little wizard friend help. Let me know. I'll come pick you.
Will do. We can figure out a way.
We'll also be here for a few days. We have some goods to trade and some business to do. The cannons to be repaired, and he looks kind of like down, like over the side of the ship to where all the scrapes are. Repair the damage that happened. Your monkey friend was on.
He did get struck by lightning, to be fair.
That was very funny.
Thank you.
It was pretty entertaining. I'm glad I caught him, though.
Good catch. Now, I can tell you this. Red Watch is not a pleasant town. But there are beds to sleep in, and there are drinks to be had. So if you don't mind, I'm going to go find me some company. He kind of like fixes his collar a little bit, makes his way over to the rowboat, leans in, and then like before he's lowered down, and you'll notice they raised it back up, like, or they lowered him down like literally on the ladder. He didn't even have to climb it. Very respectful for the captain. He kind of, as he's about to go over the edges, they just kind of lower him. Are you coming? Would you rather stay on board the ship? You seem to have great luck with it so far.
Gregory, I think it's our time to go.
Yeah, for sure.
He looks at you. No monkey business.
No monkey business. Gotcha. He hates me.
He very much takes a minute to laugh at his own joke, and then he's like, take us ashore. And the boat, again, just starts rowing out. At this point, the poor guy rowing this fucking thing has gone, like, back and forth, like, 6 or 7 times. He is sweating.
Can I row this trip for you? You look tired.
He doesn't even speak. He's just like, fucking be my fucking guest. And he, like, awkwardly shuffles over, and the captain, why do I even pay you for?
To be fair, our Minotaur friend weighs a great deal. And that was his first one.
Good enough. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check. Just for the funsies.
Funsies.
Just for the funsies must go. You're leaving on Lurk. Thank you, Bray. Thank you for all your puns. I appreciate you. Goodbye to your peers. That was a good one. Okay. You guys made me laugh once each. Congratulations. 27. I mean, like, for simple tasks, you don't need to roll above a 25. Like, let's be honest. I respect it, though. With a 27, you expertly maneuver this boat back to shore and gently just pull it onto the muddy shoreline in the river flat or the river flats there. You see the
I even
town?
do a 180 as we get there and like come in backwards so that it's super easy to depart again.
You Tokyo drift into it. I love it.
As you all get off the boat, you see the guy who's responsible for rowing it. The captain looks at him. Head back to the ship and you may come ashore when your watch is done. You gather he's maybe not too pleased with this individual for one reason or another and seems to be preventing him from going on shore. And as you kind of 360 your way or 180 your way onto the shore, the individual gets his things back. You help push him back out, and as he looks at you, just like stink eyes you dead in the eyes. Show off. And he starts rowing his way back out as you're making him look bad. And you guys find yourself on the shores of Redwatch. Like I said, you got the Red Sand Rest Stop, this general store, and a couple temples. Other than that, pretty slim pickings.
Look down at Gregory.
What are you trying to do?
Die hard.
Hey, you show off in a way that I can't ever be mad at you. You know, it's not like, oh, look at this guy. It's always, damn, look at that guy. It's a very thin line, but you always stay on the good side of it.
Well, I appreciate it. Do you need to do anything in town before we? I mean, I definitely do, but do you?
I look down at your armor. I'm like, oh yeah, that might be out of the mouse's purview. If it, maybe I can help a little. I only have to do one thing.
Get a tattoo. I think I'll
I
go
don't
to the
remember
bar.
if there is a place here. I mean, yeah, there's something there.
Someone will stick me.
I also need to make a little bit of gold
I
to
love-
pay for these repairs
We've
at
seen-
the blacksmith.
We've seen Mantuka.
And I need to go buy a shield.
Oh,
Seen Mantuka on this like beautiful positivity dad Minotaur arc, and then Gregory's like, I'm gonna get a fucking tattoo. Like,
I just watched someone get murdered. It's time to get my teardrop tattoo.
it's funny. He's a rebellious teenager. I love it. Gotta get sticked. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, if Stanny is one of his role models, Stanny has a full sleeve animated, slightly raised snake.
Brand
It's
tattoo.
there.
Yeah. It's like a whole thing. You do see?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're looking to get some ink done. All right.
Something
Um,
simple, but yeah.
Roll me an investigation
And
or the
hepatitis,
like.
if it exists
Okay,
here.
so how you first we
I
need
have
to
left to rest
figure it. Okay, investigation. It takes you a little bit,
yeah.
and it takes you some time. It is a sailor town though, and you see a lot of tattoos, and you're like, there has to be somewhere in this fucking town I can get some tattoos. And you kind of have to ask a few people around. Some of them are pretty gruff with you. Roll me just a basic charisma check at this point. But like you found the crowd you can ask about tattoos. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion to just try and ascertain where you could get one done.
Boop.
Yeah, it takes you a while to find someone who's like really willing to give you any information to kind of pass you off. A few people's like, come back when you got some hair on your face, kid. Type shit. And sooner or later, like seeing Stanny behind you with his arms crossed and this tattoo just burned onto his skin, basically. Eventually, you do find someone who's willing to tell you, and he directs you to a small. It's not even like a building. It is literally like a half shack, almost like almost like a trade stall, like you'd see at a tattoo festival almost, but it's just a single stall.
Yep.
And you see as you kind of walk up, as you're led up to it, there's a man just kind of hunched over a chair, and what appears to be a younger-ish woman, probably in her 20s. Can't make out the ears the way she's wearing her hair specifically, but seems to be fairly standard-looking humanoid. And she is just now like chiseling ink or chiseling a design onto this individual's back. You can't really see because he's sitting at an angle, and you see her just leaning over, like intently focused, as she just basically sticking pokes away at this man's back. Yeah. What do you say? What do you do?
Just
What's up, Joe?
walk
How's it going?
in and really, really timidly, and I sort of just walk up and I go, hi. I just have a question.
I'm letting him lead this whole thing. I'm just kind of standing back and not saying anything.
Yeah, she basically, you kind of see that the kid is basically a needle that she's just lightly like tapping on the back and injecting the ink into the skin as it kind of like pierces. She looks up. Kind of busy. What do you need? What are you looking to get done? She doesn't even look up. Like at this point, she hasn't even clocked that you're like a fucking 16-year-old child. But seems at least interested to hear what you have done. Tell me your idea. I'll finish this up and then I'll deal with it. And you see her very meticulously, dot by dot, filling in this tattoo. You still can't see what she's doing as you're kind of like in front of the man. He looks up at you. Are you a little young for that?
I have a very old soul.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
He just puts his head back down, just pretty much disinterested at that point.
It's a very important thing. I just need to know how much it would cost.
And then coming out of the box, just as that little tree, sad-looking tree, and it kind of crawls up its branches up into my hair. And I use Druidcraft to just make a small little vine representation in my hand of the symbol of Mogus with two little goat horns.
She like actually
You know what?
looks up as you're describing it. I've never seen anything like that before. How big? She goes back to her work. The guy kind of winches for a second. She's like, sit still. Goes back to it.
right here, and I just point at my hand.
First time?
Mm-hmm.
You handle it?
Mm-hmm.
He looks up now, sees like that as she's asking, like she actually registers who she's talking to. Tattooed younger. Me about I don't know. 10 minutes here to finish this up, and we'll let him sit for a minute. He's like, "Oh, come on, you can't finish it first?" And she's like, "Okay, you're getting it for free, all right? Just, all right?
Ooh, how do I do that?
You work at the shop, that's how." And she like gives him a pat on the back where she was just tattooing.
Oh,
She's like,
no.
"Get up." She's just, "Get up." And he like, "Ugh." And he goes over, and you see him basically go over to like what is more or less a front counter and just lean on it, and like you see him trying to act like he's not in pain right now, as that shit hurt like hell. What's up, Mango? Thank you for the hydrate, homie. We gotta hydrate, guys.
Boop.
On the top of the hand, yeah. Probably take about an hour.
And how much would it cost per se?
You want any colors on it?
No, just black.
First time, all a gold piece. She's a dock stick and poke artist. She's not really asking like top tier prices here.
I look around the shop. Is there anything that's broken? Is it a rundown place?
Roll me a perception check. Yeah. It's essentially a shack with some planks missing and like a fucking like tarp on top of it. It's not sanitary.
AKA where the best
It
tattoos
is,
happen.
yeah, definitely. It is not hygienic at all.
Fucking city fair.
Yeah, you're getting like you're getting an equivalent of like a
You're getting, like,
Halifax
something.
dock tattoo artist right now, like what you're working with. First, okay. Okay, investigation was good enough. Yeah, the building itself is very drafty. There's like, it's basically like 3 walls and then an open where you can go in and get your work done. There are several holes in it. There are rips in the tent. It's looking pretty haggard all around. You saying you want to make a deal?
Not to be forward, but
I open the box and Mending Mouse just comes out and sort of scurries up onto my shoulder. And I just take one big deep breath and I go,
breath.
Open my eyes, and Stan, for the first time, you see just his eyes turn to stark, glowing, bright green, like emerald green. And he just says,
And then decision.
and then I cast haste on myself, and I'd like to just zip around for a minute and just like big cartoon style almost,
Okay.
the clouds of smoke, everything. I want to fix as much as I can in a minute of haste.
Yeah, you can basically fix most of the place. What, 6 seconds or yeah, like you're good. Roll me an Arcana check just to see how much you can get done in a minute of haste. At advantage, because lol, why not?
With guidance.
With God.
Good thing. Roll a d4.
Dope.
Just got your tattoo, Mango. Nice, we
Thinking all
love
of the times that I could have had hasted and done stuff. But, yeah,
It's
cool.
coming, baby. I'll have it at some
Like when
point.
you dived into the ocean to save people. Oh no,
No,
he was
he
already
was
out by
it. He was
then.
already unconscious.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's no way I can't say. So 20 is more than enough. In the span of a minute with your hasted action between you and Mending Mouse, you're just a blur. Standing, you watch as Gregory just takes off around the thing. You hear the squeak of a mouse. Gregory kind of grunting as he moves some stuff around, and you watch as like from one side to the other, in almost a time lapse, you watch the building just repair. And then he kind of ends up on the other side, and she's like,
And I just, after the minute, slump into the chair and just.
she just grabs your hand. Freebie, got it. And immediately
Thank you.
you see her take the needle she was just working with and put it aside and grab what looks like a fresh one.
Oh, yeah.
As far as you
Okay.
can tell.
I'll lesser resto it later.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Don't worry, Gregory. I got you as well.
Oh, thank you.
She begins just literally stick and poking this symbol onto your hand with what is the equivalent of a hammer and chisel almost. Like she's just like has this very, very fine needle that has a bit of a thicker point. She's
Ow. Ow. Ow.
just
Ow.
clicking.
Ow.
Okay.
Ow.
Go
Ow.
ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw to see how well you sit for your tattoo. That's a lot of hydrates, my dude. Go ahead.
I'm gonna, Gregory, I'm gonna go take care of some things while you're doing this. I'll be back.
Okie dokie, buddy. You shout if you need me. Ow, 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 ow.
I'm gonna cast Bless on Gregory as I'm leaving.
Constitution save. Okay, so you can add a d4 to it. You rolled really good, so you're sitting nice and still. And she's gonna roll a dexterity check, or she's gonna use tattoo tools, I guess, with proficiency. A d20. Rolling the die. Why is it rolling? Okay. All right, so she did good.
That's good.
She's over 15, so like well over the bare minimum, and then some. Minimum was a 10 to get like a shitty one, and 15 is decent. It's not the best you could imagine it being. There's a couple faults in it, a couple places where the ink didn't sink in as cleanly as you might have liked, but she takes her time with it, and in about an hour, you end up with a very rudimentary symbol of the Holy Sigil of Mogus, deity of the Minotaur, whose symbol you only recognize from Mantuka's own insignia. However, you, with a couple slight changes, noticing that there are now a pair of goat horns emerging from just inside the bull horns. Like while the bull horns are going out and forward almost, you see a pair of goat horns also coming up. A slight variation on the holy symbol of Mogus, the conqueror god of the Minotaurs.
Eyes on you.
Eyes on you. It's Gregory's way of saying that that's behind him, and the only thing in front of him is paying back his friend.
That's cute.
Then he looks down at it, and it's like he kind of.
It's bleeding, like still pretty freshly. She grabs what looks like a fairly clean cloth that's dampish, and just wipe before you can do anything. Is like holding your hand in hers and just wipes it down. It is a damp cloth. It does not hurt. Like she's not She's not dry wiping your tats. All right, like that shit hurts. Spits on the cloth first. No, definitely not. It is not clean looking, but it is at least not painful as she kind of wipes the blood off your hand. She holds it. I gotta say, it's pretty good. For a kid, you sat pretty still. Kind of puts your hand down. Does not give you the same tap. Well, I'm sure whoever it's for is gonna like it a lot. That one's on the house. Maybe next time you're gonna start fixing things, just to let people know first. But you know, I appreciate it. So freebie on me. You ever want to get any more work done? You know where to find us.
I have another hand and another very important person. I'll be back.
Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing you then, young man.
I shake with the bad hand and like go for it. And I'm like,
other hand, thank you.
And she kind of leans over to the other guy. Get your ass back in the chair. He's like, fuck. He goes over and sits, and now with the same needle he was using on you, just immediately goes to his back and starts fucking tattooing.
I see that as I'm walking out the door, and I just kind of like pause.
Doesn't even stop. Doesn't even blink about it. Just straight cross contaminating.
See Greg opening the box as he turns the corner of the door with a bit of pink slime coming out of it with a little pink nurse's head. He's like, "You're coming."
As you lesser restoration yourself. Real quick, roll me a Constitution saving throw, just to see if you caught anything. Just for fun. I know you're gonna lesser resto it away, but I want to see. Okay.
Ooh.
Is that 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wound got infected. Or would.
You got the clap.
How is there pus already?
Yeah, it's like immediate infection. Like, it's gnarly, dude. No, but you feel it already. Like, it starts to sting in a way you weren't expecting on your hand. You're like, what the fuck? It is starting to turn redder than you would imagine. It's swelling. You seem to not be reacting to it so well.
I
and by the
punch
time...
my whole hand into the pink slime at least twice. And then after that, I summon my my cure wounds friend, and he just wraps my my wounds for a few minutes.
And as it
I
comes
just keep
off,
doing that over and over again. Just
the tattoo,
not good enough.
The tattoo now perfectly healed, and whatever infection might have set in, seemingly having abated. Stanny, what were you doing while all that was going down?
So I'm gonna go to the general store real quick, and try and sell this smaller diamond that I have to pay for the shit that I need. I have literally no money. I have 58 silver to my name.
I have nothing. I realized that once I got in the chair.
Oh my god.
Oh,
that's hilarious. That's good.
You can do neat things.
Good thing. So, that's the wrong thing. No. Where is... There it is. So, you're again familiar. It takes you a while, but you find your way back to kind of the main drag there where the store and the tavern are kind of located. And you find again a sign outside of what appears to be a silhouette of 3 individuals all standing arm crossed at different heights. And you see Three Brothers General Store. Familiar. I don't know if can't remember if you went in here last time, but you do know the store is owned by a set of triplets, all dwarves by the name of Gomel, Lilek, and Tigi.
Yeah, I definitely didn't come in here last time. I remember that.
Tigi, Tidgi, Tigi.
Nice.
Tigi the dwarf.
Mm.
You kind of open the door,
Mm-hmm.
and you find... you find the taller of the 3 brothers. You find Gomil, seemingly the oldest. You can tell by the silhouette he's the one who's depicted as taller on the sign. He seems to be alone in the shop, but he's what looks like he's just kind of going over and like lightly wiping some stuff off with a rag and trying to clean up some of the dust in the store. You look around, it is fairly well established. It's got a decent stock of goods, all mostly focused on things like fishing and maybe lumber working, some light farming materials, definitely heavy naval focus here. You see like replacement wheels and some basic goods. You know, if you needed to order stuff, this also acts as a bit of a shipwright in the sense this is where you can buy repairs for ship and goods like that. And he kind of notices you come in as he's just wiping off a glass case that seems to have like looks like a golden telescope, a golden telescope in it with like a nice leather wrapping on it that kind of has some beautiful carvings put into it. He's just dusting off the glass right now, and you see him admiring it for a moment before he turns. Hello, what can I do for you?
Hello, I'm just passing through town, maybe going to be here for a couple of days, but on the way through, I kind of point to my armor. I had a little bit of an accident, to make a long story short. And I need to pay...
Bit of a rough time at seas then, eh?
You could say that. It was very, very interesting, to say the least.
Well, be careful. I'll tell you what, we don't really work on armor here. Oddly enough,
no,
for a dwarf, it's not really our strong suit.
That's fair. What I do have, though, is I have something that I could potentially sell you to, so that I could bring it to the armor to fix it. I don't really have any coinage on me.
Well, we're always open to making a trade. What do you have for me today?
Well, and I'm gonna pull out that 150 GP diamond that I have.
He holds out his hand as he sees you.
Forgot about that.
I'll just pass it over to him.
Pulls it out and inspects it. You see him pull out like a little magnifying glass. Examine it more closely. Thank you for the lurk, Druid. I appreciate it. I think we have Stormy in here lurking too. I think I saw that earlier. Sorry if I didn't notice you earlier too. So he takes like this like little eye thing and begins examining the diamond you handed him. Like you said, worth about 150 gold. He spends a couple minutes with it. I'll tell you what. Not the finest item I've ever seen, but maybe 100 gold pieces for it.
I mean, that doesn't sound too bad. I'm gonna just have a look around. Does he have any weapons on display?
It's very basic shit, like stuff you could use as a weapon, like a lumberjack's axe, but nothing specialized.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's.
I was gonna see if
like
he
has like a pitchfork and like stuff you could effectively use as a weapon, but this is not a armory. Like there are no armor or like any real weapons of war on display. You do see what appears to be like a small swivel cannon that would shoot like maybe a shot like yay big, just on display on top of one of the shelves. Like it's rusted, it's old, it's clearly a collector's item of some kind, but other than that, there is nothing of any real value in the shop.
What about like, because like what I was gonna do is potentially downgrade the axe to like a smaller magical weapon, because I know this is a really nice magical axe. Try and get something back for that. But no, if he doesn't have anything, then
no, definitely not of anything that would compare to that value.
Does he have a shield of comparable quality?
No weapons or armor of any kind, really. And he kind of, as you kind of ask him, he's like, if you're looking to make a purchase or get your hands on some weapon or armor, maybe isn't the time for you. They keep it pretty tightly guarded at the keep there. All the weapons are needed to defend the city.
Fair. I was potentially looking to swap here, but perhaps I should go and talk to them. I'm happy to take 100 gold for that diamond if you're willing, though.
Sure. Give me a second. And he makes his way behind the counter, and you see him kind of bend over, and you hear the sound of coins being counted out. And you see him just begin stacking out some gold. He gets about gets about 9 out. Or 90 out, give or take, and then you see him start to pile silver coins on the table as he seems to be running out of gold, and then
as he starts taking out silver, I'm like, oh, don't worry about the rest. That's fine. I really appreciate it.
90 gold pieces it is then, and he just puts it in like a pile, slides it over to you. Tell you what, and he goes back. Been trying to get rid of this for weeks. No one wants to take it, and I am not sure why. And he comes back, and he slides you over, just like literally puts it on the table with one finger, slides it towards you, and it looks like a marble. Very plain, solid glass, and as you kind of look inside of it, you're like holding it in your hand. It's mundane, nothing special about it. And as you focus for longer, you begin to see an ocean. Whirling seas, an entire scene of an ocean, just waves gently lapping over and over again. Endless expanse of sea just reflecting back at you from inside of this small spherical object. It would be like probably about yay big, as a ping pong ball.
What is it? I was like transfixed by this.
I'll be honest with you. I bought a bunch of junk from a couple people a couple weeks ago, and that was in it. No one knows what it does, no one knows what it is, and well, frankly, I have no use for it. No one wants it, and figured it was worth about that much anyway, so rolls it back and like he just leaves it with you. It's yours if you want it.
Sure, thank you.
You take it and kind of hold it in your hand. Strange, you put it in your bag. So you may, I would just call it the ocean marble for now. I will send you the sheet for that item sooner or later, or if you identify it in. But as the party all finish their goals for the day, Gregory, a new tattoo, recently uninfected. What's up?
I still need to go to the armor or to the garrison.
Fair. I was about to wrap up. I will say.
Okay. We can do that next time.
Yeah, you need a shield. It's easy enough to go to the garrison and roll me a simple persuasion check to try to convince them to sell you one. They are not. It's not like they're restricting use of it. They just keep it well guarded in there. So just a persuasion check.
Can I pay them to repair my armor too?
Doesn't seem like something they're interested in. Roll me a persuasion check, though. See what happens.
Okay.
You do know all you did was cut the leather straps. That's easy enough for you and Gregory to repair on your own. You did not. And you only cut 2 out of 6. Like, you did not. The armor is functionally still completely functional.
Okay.
It costs you a bit more than you're expecting. So we'll say whatever the cost of a shield is in the handbook, add an extra 3 gold to it. And that's what they charge you. So, as the party all gathers their belongings, Stanislav, you strap on a new, very plain silver shield, nothing at all remarkable or special about it. You go to meet with Gregory, who you now find nursing a freshly tattooed, was it the right hand, I believe?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, freshly tattooed right hand, kind of scabbed over already, but mostly healed from the look of it. Some dried blood around it and like a bit of pink gooey residue from where he lesser restoration himself. The two of you together make your way into or towards the red sand rest stop, where you know Mantuka to say, give me an hour and come find me, and you gave him well more than that. So you walk in to the red sand rest stop to find Mantuka and Smelly. Why don't both of you roll me a con save for Mantuka and Smelly to see what condition we find you in, as several hours have passed now.
Okay, we'll start with Smelly. Con save. He's not so bad. He's okay. Now me.
Yeah, Smelly is definitely drunk, but he's not. You're both okay. So Stanny, as you and Gregory make your way into the bar. You open the door and you find Mantuka kind of leaning over on Smelly. Smelly leaning on Mantuka together at the bar, drinking rum together and having a merry old time, both fairly inebriated. And Mantuka, you look over to see your companions come through the door, still somewhat weary from the road and the day's travels, but mostly recovered. Gregory, is the tattoo visible? Are you showing it to Mantuka?
I would say the very first thing I would do is kind of go in. Decision. Walk right up to Mantuka and just slam my hand down on the table and like doing it that way, which kind of hurts a little bit, but I can't even notice, and I go, praise Mogus.
Praise Mogus too. So, your first choice after me chastising you for bad choices was to get a hand tattoo.
A reminder of being strong and making good choices after a deep breath. Yes.
If that's what that reminds you of, then
Does that not translate to that? No.
I'm not mad. I understand.
I think it does. I think it does for you.
Thank you. Yes, I thought so too. You know what? And did you see the horns? That's me saying that I've the goat thing.
Are you the big horns or the small horns?
I'm the small horns.
Good choice.
Yeah. See? Good
And
choices.
at that point, we will wrap up the stream for this evening, having completed a good bit of narrative, some fun activities on the boat. Next week, we will be making our way northward to the town of Ravencrest. I'm very much looking forward to continuing this quest line and seeing where it goes. So we will see you next week for our next game. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and raid out on GrimQuest, who's a new D&D friend I met earlier today while I was hopping around some D&D streams. About 58 minutes into their game. Is pretty good, mostly off cam except for the DM, but they have avatars and shit, so it looks good. I'm digging it. They're currently streaming, I don't know, so home in Magical Mishaps and Mayhem Session 1. Ooh, started the campaign. We love that. So, y'all know the stuff if you haven't already. Swing on into the Discord, swing on over to the YouTube, drop a fucking follow or sub or whatever it is they do over there. If you're interested in seeing the lore for the campaign, you can go to scabbard.com where I have all that uploaded. I release new stuff every week as the players unlock new things, so you can keep up with the lore as the players discover it. Super fun. I've been enjoying it a lot. If you got the emotes, go ahead and pop those into chat. Let them know we sent you on over there from the Apothecary. Show a little love from us to them. Other than that, I will be live tomorrow with some Skyrim. Y'all know the drill. I've been Rusty. These have been my friends, and you all have been incredible. We will see you tomorrow.